So this will go away. Thanks. Yo! Oh, 1%. Rough. I'm rough, but I'm here. And we're starting things out right off with some stretches. Let's like make sure that we're taking care of ourselves, doing things right. And that's from Cubing Guy? I think that's Cubing Guy. And then we're doing a hydrate, and that's from Pankin. Panic. I got it, it's panic. I just tried to breathe my electrolytes, it's fine. And we're doing a posture check. Hi, everybody. Every day is happy birthday for somebody, absolutely. Hello, hi. Oh, thank you very much, Under. We really super appreciate it. We got Doritos and sugar. I'm not sure that's the best diet there. Thank you for the support, Cool. We really appreciate it. Well, thank you for stopping by, Bunny. We appreciate you being here, even if it is only for a short visit. And don't worry about it. You can, like, see the rest of it on the YouTube when we post it. I don't know when I think about it. Probably next week. Hey everybody, hi. On your way to work. It's the best diet, sugar and Doritos. Yo, hi. Yeah, the channel's definitely done a lot of growing. Ah, we've got creepers. They're gonna eat our Doritos. Aw, thank you, Daniel. That's very nice. And I don't know, we've got like what? A Saiyan blasting something. Maybe a dragon? It really looks like a Saiyan. Doing like the Kamehameha, whatever he says there. You love my streams, you watch every time. Aw, thank you so much. I appreciate that. We really appreciate it all being here. Thank you guys. Because like so many of these comments are going by fast enough that I can't answer all of them, but a lot of them are that you're seeing me from TikTok or YouTube and that you're happy to be here or hi or all those things. So hi guys, and we love you too. And I figured out how to make the emote wall work, so woohoo! Right now I've been fighting a migraine for about 3 days, so I'm pretty tired and feeling pretty drained. And we had to turn the lights down a little bit, so I'm sorry if we're dark. but that's to try to keep them from making my headache angrier. But doing okay. The meds are doing their job and making things tolerable, and we've got coffee incoming, which helps too. Yes, coffee. And yes, there is a Discord, and I'm sure that Mr. Raj will shoot that link up there for you so that you can join us. And we're doing another hydrate. Thank you, Ben. We appreciate that. Everybody, let's make sure we're taking care of ourselves. And thank you, Sad Llama. I think you're pretty fantastic too. Imagine if someone donated like 100 subs. That would be wild and crazy. I think the coolest part about the... And oh, there's the posture check. Yes, reminds me to not be so slouchy. I think the coolest part about all of this has been how amazing the Dazzle, or the viewers, have been. You guys have been very supportive of me. You guys have been very supportive of each other. You guys have been very polite. We haven't had a problem with jerks or trolls. It's been about a month now, and everybody has been supportive and respectful. So that's been absolutely the best part of this whole experience, is how incredible you guys have been to me and to each other, and you guys are just awesome. You guys are rock stars, and I'm so glad that you're here. Aw, thank you. Your back hurts? Ugh. Back pain can suck so bad. Hey, Sword. I'm doing fair. My medications are working to keep the symptoms in check, but definitely fighting a migraine run, and that's always a struggle. We watch you because you are a kind and genuine person, and we need more like you in this world. Aw, thank you, Flux. That's very nice. I appreciate that. The sloth are cool. Yes. And I think you're Tobias. You must be a sloth. I think we could learn from the sloth and remind ourselves to slow down. Hello, Canada and UK. Are you grateful for the person who made a TikTok on you? Yes, Aiden, I am. Carv was very nice to me the whole time. You know, he posted the video, shared it on TikTok. We did interviews. We've talked back and forth quite a bit. He's been nothing but supportive, and he's been very good this whole time. And it was very nice of him to share my video, and there was definitely no way to anticipate that that video was going to explode and have 3 separate viral events, which has been absolute insanity. And yeah, that in and of itself has been, you know, mixed feelings, but I very much appreciate that he felt that it was worth supporting my content, and that it was worth sharing what I'm doing here. So yeah, that feels really good, and it's nice to know that people appreciate what we're trying to do in our little community here. Hello, Philippines! We've got people from everywhere, and yes, eye injuries suck so bad, and the hamster bats. Yeah, Otter's crazy with his hamster bats. What time is it? It is 6:11 p.m. here. And hi, Nitro! help. You just heard your dead name and it gasped, but I just realized it wasn't me. I'm sorry, Gemma. That can be like a pretty big shock. And I'm glad that they weren't talking to you, so that's something. And it does take a while. I don't know how long you've shifted to your new name, but it can take a while to adjust to being able to hear the dead name without all of those emotions coming up. So just, you know, give yourself some grace and give yourself some time to get used to being able to hear that name without the reactivity. Yeah, it'll take time to get used to it. Aw, I love you too. You guys are awesome. Well, thank you for seeing said YouTube short and coming and visiting us, Jawido. And we've got Vettel, who also came from looking at the YouTube short. Sorry, I can't send you a gift. I don't exactly know my postal code. Don't worry about it, Nitro. Gifts are not required. I appreciate everything that everybody has been doing, from visiting to following to subs to, you know, but none of that is required. Just coming and hanging out with me has been amazing. And thank you, Daniel. I really appreciate you coming and hanging out. You need to get your kids back. You lost them to the beds thanks to Snuggles or whichever. Well, we'll see what we can do, Violet. I think it was Snuggles that was struggle busing with his races. I think Otter pretty much lost all of his everything to Snuggles, too. Well, thanks, Aiden. I try really hard to be. We do try to keep the energy chill and relaxed here. Hi, Maddie. How you doing? Well, I've had a new name for a while, but then I found a new name like a week ago, so I'm still getting used to hearing my new name. Yeah, it does. It takes an adjustment period. But you'll get there, and just like I said, give yourself time, give yourself grace. And Netherlands too. All kinds of people. I know, I keep seeing the red light next to my eyeball, thinking that there's something wrong. And it keeps scratching my eye. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's just saying that I'm not using the mic for this. And right now, we do not need to use the mic for this. So I'm just gonna have a little glowy spot next to my head. It does kind of zebra board, yeah. Absolutely love the chill vibe. All right, glad you're digging it there, King. And we've got fish from Tobias. Oh wait, I did it wrong. Tobias. I'm like terrible at doing all these usernames. You saw the TikTok. Aw, thank you, okay? I appreciate that. And we got somebody who came from Instagram. I think that's the first time somebody said that. So we got Madu666 from Instagram. That's kind of cool. Then we got a couple upstate New Yorkers tuning in. Nice. We are also in New York today. Raccoons and sloths are epic. Happy birthday, Aiden. I hope that you have an awesome day that is filled with contentment, relax, you know, good energy, all those things. Hey, Duck. I'm doing okay. I have been sick these past couple of days, and all I've been doing is eating popsicles, sleeping, and drawing. So it's been A little painful, but besides that, I have been good. Ugh, that sounds like it has been pretty rough there, Netflix Ghost Cat. And I apologize. I'm going to be squinting a lot because my eyeballs are doing weird things with the migraine. So I'm like trying to read chat. So pardon the weird faces. I'm sure making weird faces somehow makes it easier to read. Have I ever played any of the Splatoon games? No, I haven't. I think that's the one that you're like spraying paint colors to try to claim territory. So I think I've seen people play it, but I have not played it myself. It does look like it would be a lot of fun. We got Tay from the YouTube shorts, and we've got, oh, my little word of Sorok, reminding me to have better posture. Thank you for the reminder. And we're doing a hydrate from little word of Sorok. I'm pretty sure I did not say that name properly, but we're going to drink to the Mangold username. Happy birthday, Vice Step. I hope that you're having a fabulous day. Oh, so it was an Instagram reel. You found it super touching gesture and you were naturally amazing. Well, thank you. Well, I didn't know that there was an Instagram reel going out around about me, so there's that. What is my favorite food? Well, that's probably like popcorn, celery. Those are like two of my mainstay snacky foods. I really love ramen. I really love boiled eggs. But yeah, I really, really, really love celery. It is one of my favorite foods. The texture is amazing. Pokemon. I've never played Pokemon. I don't know. Is Pokemon on Steam? I don't think it's one of the Steam games, so it's not. I don't know if it's on one of the platforms that I have. And we're doing a stretch, and this is Zozo Duez. Thank you for the reminder. We're all going to be helpful together. So if you guys have recommendations, the best place to put those is in the suggestions channel in the Discord, because by the end of this stream, I'm not going to remember all the games that you guys would like to see me play. I'll be like able to probably remember one or two, but I definitely will not remember all of the suggestions. And I do try to go check out the games, but there's a lot of factors that will determine whether or not I play a game. One of the biggest ones is it has to be compatible on a system that I play. I play on my laptop, so my laptop has to be able to run it. If it can't run it, I can't play it. And it, it has to be something that, is compatible with the pig brain. So there's that too. You have to stay up at night to watch your streams. You don't usually a night person there, Cap? Yeah, I'm definitely a night person. I work the dark side, so yeah. I get up at about 5 p.m. at night and stay up all night, whether I'm working or whether I have my day off, generally speaking, unless the insomnia strikes, and then who knows what my sleep is going to be doing. First time here, found you through a viral TikTok, so nice to meet you. Well, Comic, thank you for coming and hanging out with us. Welcome to the Dazzle. Have yourself a zebra cake. They're quite tasty. Hello, Holy and Vance. Welcome, guys. You're deservedly world famous now. Oh, well, I don't know, Sean. I'm still in denial about that. I don't feel very famous. I feel like just an average, everyday Joe. I am super inspiring. Well, thank you, Aiden. I appreciate that. Just trying to remind each other to be nice and do what we can to help each other, because I really do believe that we can do more together than we can do as individuals. And South Korea. Big Skep. Cool. You love ramen too? Yeah. I mean, it really is one of the most versatile and epic foods, because like what's under on ramen is like a huge umbrella, but like it's so good. Noodlies are just the best. I followed you when I saw you in that video a YouTuber made about you. Well, thank you, Wolf, for coming and hanging out with us after seeing the video. Have you ever thought that little video would get you this many followers? Well, okay, I never thought that anybody would listen to me sing Happy Birthday and say, wow, I gotta hear more of that to come to my channel and check me out. I can't say I ever thought that would be the plug that would give me lots of views. Nope, didn't expect that at all. I didn't expect that I would ever be viral, let alone viral on 3 different platforms. That's been absolutely crazy. And when they talked about sharing my stuff on TikTok, I didn't expect that anything would come of it. Other people have shared my stuff and, you know, nothing's ever really come of it. So, nope, I did not expect to have increased viewership, let alone go viral. This has all been quite unexpected, unplanned for, and mind-boggling. Yeah, pretty mind-boggling. Hey, Plum. You love zebra cakes? Well, Comic, you can collect them for as long as you stay. How am I? Well, Zozo, I am fair. I've been struggling with the migraine for like, I think it's been 3 days. I think today's day 3. I don't do well all the time keeping track of like sense of time. But yeah, it's been kind of a rough work stretch. So I've been fighting a migraine and having to work and not getting as much sleep as I would like. So it's been a pretty rough stretch, and I've got to stretch my ear. All right, I'll make it. Saw you on YouTube, but never had a chance to watch your live stream. Oh, well, thank you, Plum, for joining us. We're glad you're here. Have I ever tried yakisoba? Is that the one that's got the creamy sauce? In which case, yes, and it's super good. I'm not really good at all the names, and this is why most of the time, Mr. Arch will order food for me, and he will tend to remember what it is that I like, because I am terrible remembering all the names for the different foods. Like, even like regular day foods that I eat all the time, I'll be like, you know, the one that comes in the red box. I won't remember the name of it. I will remember like what the package looks like and what the food looks like and what the experience was, but the name of it, I'm terrible at that. Yeah, Scary. It's been wild. The explosion on this platform especially has been crazy, but even on the different other social media has been pretty crazy. I did try acupuncture for my migraines. I didn't have a whole lot of success. I get the blessing of 2 different kinds of migraines. I get abdominal migraines and I get migraine with aura. I'm currently fighting a migraine with aura, and I find that, you know, the medications, oxygen therapy, and keeping my sleep schedule really like on track are the things that help the most. Unfortunately, I have a lot of insomnia, and every time that gets off kilter, my migraines tend to kick in. Every celebrity or content creator is just a regular person who went viral, whether that's what they tried to do or just a coincidence. It's all about how you handle it and how you use it. Well, I wouldn't say that every person who is a celebrity or content creator started out viral. Some people do a slow build, but yeah, it's definitely about how you build things. And we don't know yet whether or not this viral explosion that we've experienced over the last month is going to sustain. It's too soon to tell. you know, they usually judge sustainability by whether or not your channel, at least in Twitch land, as to whether or not your channel has done well over a 3 to 6 month period. And, you know, we're way too early in all of this to know whether or not these numbers are going to continue to be relevant. And it's not the number of followers that really influence what's happening in your channel, but the number of people who are actively viewing your streams. So we're going to do a stretch. Thank you, Lenovo. So sure, you know, I've got 135,000 followers, I think, on my Twitch, but there's 86 viewers on my stream. So those numbers are very different, and we often see this with viral channels. So you often have to struggle when you have a viral event to change that to a sustainable viewership. And there's a lot of reasons for that. And some of that is because that little clip that you guys saw that brought you to me is just a little weird moment. It isn't really an expression of the entirety of the channel. I mean, I don't do much singing, guys. So that's not really what the channel's about. So you gotta, like, stay for what you're seeing as a whole. And thank you for the subscription. We really appreciate that, As Clown. I also appreciate your handle. That's hilarious. So, I mean, it's looking at that viewership, because they are looking for, like, the 75 viewers every time is what they also consider sustainable. So we're doing okay. You know, we're getting there. We need more people like me in the world. Well, thank you, Vettel. I appreciate that, but I think that would be a mixed bag, because more people in the world like with me would also mean lots more chaos. Because I come with lots of disorganization and unpredictability, too. Well, hello, Mind the Assassin. I am doing fair. How about yourself? My singing is amazing. My singing is something. Luckily, I don't have a whole lot of degrees of embarrassment. So it's okay that I know that I don't have a lot of singing talent, and it's more just about, you know, having fun and making people smile. And if my goofy singing can accomplish that, that's okay. That's kind of what I meant by trying to go viral. I totally agree with what you're saying. Frog. And hey, Space. And we got the tentacles. And hey, Chick. How you doing? And Germany. And we got Not Ordinary Tom. Well, does that mean you are extraordinary Tom? Or maybe you're special Tom? Or awesome Tom? Amazing Tom? We've got all kinds of Tom options if you're not ordinary. And we got Morning in the Philippines. And it's Skeeker? How are you doing today? We got Elena. You're here just for the vibe? Well, I'm glad that you enjoy the vibe. We do our best to keep things fun and chill. What are the chat commands? Well, Snips, I have no idea. If that's something I'm supposed to set up, then I have none. We're still learning the whole Twitch thing. So I'm seeing now that people are doing exclamation commands. I'm assuming that that's supposed to do something that we have not set up, and you guys have expectations that we have failed at. So whatever that is, I'm assuming is a suggestion that you would like us to add to the channel. And we're doing a hydrate. Thank you, Sean. My vibe is everything. Well, thank you, Mystery. And Greece. Well, hello, Greco. Or Great. a Grico? I don't know. Do I have a squish collection? Well, I guess it depends on how you define a collection. I have a whole 3. I have my magical llama here, and then I have 2 of the little pigs. And that's it. I got a whole 3. Oh, that's because Gur is amazing. I love that you know who he is, comic. I love Invader Zim. It's one of the best cartoons ever. You just followed because you saw the video that blew up. Well, thank you for coming and joining us. I think that's Destiny. It's spelled weird. Not sure. Well, thank you, Duck. That's very sweet. We appreciate it. You generally hope that your viewership continues to grow. You love the positivity. Well, thank you, Teak. I hope it grows too because it's been a lot of fun and you guys have been super amazing. And yeah, there's a lot of potential things that I would like to do, but you know, we'll see how it goes. And even if it doesn't sustain, it has been fun, however long it lasts. So we'll just take it day by day and see where it goes. That's all we can do. That's just kind of how life is, you know? We just get to enjoy the good moments while they last and, you know, try to make the best of them for all that they are while they're here. Aw, thank you, Duck. That's very sweet. I super appreciate it. The room with the moose. I agree wholeheartedly. Invader Zim is one of my all-time favorite cartoons. Comic, have you read the comics? They are so good! Invader Zim is hilarious. He cracks me up. Thank you for the subscription, Snips. We appreciate it so much. Yeah, it is. Thank you, Destiny. I get the names wrong all the time, and I'm like, oh man. That is so cute. I used one of them as a pillow. Poor thing becomes a pancake. Oh yeah, I know. After a while, like my poor little llama corn, her horn does not really stand up straight anymore. It's kind of got this little Is Gas in Invader Zim? I remember liking Gas. Yes, that's the sister. Because that's it's Dibs is the human, and then Gas is the sister, and then you got Gur is the little robot guy. Yeah. Recap Kid is pretty funny. I don't think I've seen that one. Got to do that. Oh, got to do with the Taco Vans. I like how they like go in through the trash can to get to the base. It's just like, I love the comics. I unfortunately haven't had an opportunity to own any, but it's on my list of items to add to my collection. Yeah, you know, there's just so many cool things to like read and watch and like collect. There's just not enough time in life. I wish that I had like enough space in my brain and enough time to like be able to experience so much more of it, because there's just so much cool shit out there and I just don't have enough time and memory and brain cells and spoons to like be able to partake of it all. And it's just too unfortunate because this world is just so packed full of cool shit. Can I do a Gur impression? Oh man, aw, he missed my cupcake. That's the best I got. Just saw a YouTube short about you and came by to say hi. Well, thank you, PRJ. We appreciate you coming and visiting. Welcome to the Dazzle. Have a secret cake. How is my day? My day has been okay. been trying to do stuff with the channel and get things sorted on the tech end and trying to keep my migraine down to a dull, functional roar. Had the pleasure of working with Richard Horvitz. Such a lovely human. He treats every day like it's his first day on the job. A giddy kid at heart. Oh, that's really cool that you got to meet him, Teak. He does seem like in his interviews and stuff to be like a really super cool human being. I agree. I love watching Hey Arnold and Rugrats and a bunch of animes. Yeah, that's just had to have been a super cool experience. /envy. Now playing Star Wars, but oh, I'm reading pretzels. Guys, it's playing Star Wars. Oh, I'm such a dork. And we got Doritos. He's such a wonderfully incredible, talented guy, and I've always wanted to meet him. Yeah, he is. He's like, and like in all of his interviews and stuff, he's like super like down to earth and real, and it's like him and Neil Gaiman are like the two dudes that I think are like the most, I don't know, down to earth in their interviews, and they just seem super, I don't know, like they would be a lot of fun to meet in real life. And we've got a raid, protect the cakes. And they are coming from the Squirrel Prince. So we are getting a royalty. Well, hello, Squirrel Prince. Thank you for joining the Dazzle. How you guys doing tonight? I wonder if they're bringing us nuts. Saw the viral vid. It is such a pure soul. Oh, well, I don't know about pure, but I have a soul. Thank you, Chant. Yes, welcome, Raiders. And thank you, Fiddle. That's very nice. How are you doing tonight there, Squirrel Prince? Saw a YouTube short about you and came to say, what's up? And I was streaming. Well, welcome to the Dazzle. Have a zebra cake. They're coming to steal the nuts. I don't know. Do we have any nuts? I thought we just had cakes. Thank you, baby. We're going to be hydrating, guys. Put some water in your face hole. I see the new setup. Love it. Yeah. Mr. Arch has been working like a fiend to get all the, like, very, very cool presents that have been sent to me set up and integrated, and it's been kind of overwhelming to, like, figure out how all this stuff works, but it's been super cool, too, and I'm hoping that as we get things integrated that we're going to be able to make the stream look cooler and function better and just kind of elevate things and keep up in our game, making it better. So yeah, it's awesome. Just everybody's been awesome. Funny face. Goat of Twitch. Yes, hydration. Just saw a TikTok about me. I think everybody has seen this TikTok at this point. I keep waiting for the moment that, like, one of my patients is seeing a TikTok, and I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel about that. Like, I don't know if it's gonna be, like, an awkward thing, or if it's gonna, like, I just don't know. But I'm just like, it's probably gonna happen at some point. And I don't know. I don't know. Hope you're doing well, chatters. Yes, I agree, Zach. I hope everybody's doing well. Oh no! Squirrel Prince got slammed with the adverts. I like it better when they do the adverts down at the bottom or the side, depending upon which device that you're on. And I hope that they fully convert over to that style of advertisements. I mean, thank you for the posture check. Thank you, Father of the Universe. The Father of the Universe is posture checking me. All right. I mean, I get that we need, like, advertisements and stuff to make the engine run, but I think it's less intrusive when it's on the edges. And we're doing a stretch. Thank you. Still hates you. You know, there's got to be names. I mean, stories behind some of these names. You sleep well. Thank you for coming and hanging out. Good night, Sean. Well, thank you for coming and visiting us there, Still Hates You. Which games do I stream? Most recently, I streamed 7 Days to Die. Next, we're going to be playing the Alien game. Yep. Drawing a complete, total nothing. Destroy all humans. Thanks, Mr. Raj. Whew. And then, like, all the brain cells just completely... Yes, this is an example of how your brain can be completely vacuous. But yeah, I'm a variety streamer. I like to change it up. So we've done Don't Starve Together. We've done Hamster Playground. We've done Chicken Feet. That one was a lot of fun. So yeah. And if you want to give a suggestion on the game, hop on the Discord, drop it in the suggestion channel. We'll check it out as long as, you know, it's something that I can play on my platform. It's reasonable. It's Twitch friendly, you know, meets the requirements, you know, and I can afford it. Yeah. If a patient recognized you, just go beep, 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 and continue working like you have no idea what they're talking about. All right, Teek, that's probably the best possible suggestion that I have had so far as to how to handle that. just beep, 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 move on, like nothing happened. I don't know what you're talking about. You're gonna try to sleep with your coughing. I already took cough syrup, but it doesn't really work. Ugh. I'm so sorry. That sucks so much. Destroy all humans. Oh my god, I love that game. All right, comic, then you should come join us. We're gonna be playing what, Wednesday? Shit, I don't know. Miss Raj, post when the next game is. See, I have to have Miss Raj in my life because I have no capacity to adult. Like, really, you put me in my lane and you, like, ask me to do nursey things. Like, if you're bleeding, I got you. You want me to, like, grocery shop and I'm just going to fundamentally fall apart. Like, choosing between two cheeses, I can't handle it. It is so weird how the human brain works. And it's bizarre to me because I say to myself, I should be able to do these things if I can do these things, but I understand that equation doesn't work that way. Like, thinking doesn't work that way, and we all have strengths and weaknesses. But I just, my logic brain wants them to be somehow equated, and they're just not. So, yeah, there's that. So he helps me keep track of my schedule, make sure that I, like, you know, wear pants when I leave the house, you know, important things like that. First time here, just got here from watching a video, you see, yeah. Well, thank you, Aniki, for coming and visiting us after watching the video. Have a zebra cake. They're fabulous. Looks like we have quite a few new people coming to hang out with us. Thanks, guys. seen this short about you. Very humble. I don't know. I just think that, you know, people are people, and it doesn't matter where you are in a hierarchy or popularity or any of that. You're still people, and we still all have strengths, and we still all have weaknesses. And it doesn't matter how many people follow me on Twitch. I'm still going to have thought blocking. I'm still going to have word seeking. I'm still going to struggle bus with like organization, and I'm still going to have dyscalculia, you know? So I'm still going to be fundamentally human, just like everybody else who's coming to hang out with me. So, you know, we're all peoples. It's so wholesome and awesome. Well, thank you, 519. I don't know that I'm ever going to get used to being called wholesome. I think that's the weirdest part of all of this. Like, growing up, I was always, and justifiably so, I was always the kid that, like, nobody wanted their children to, like, hang out with. So my brain still kind of, like, labels myself as, like, the black sheep, the undesirable. So being labeled wholesome by people is super weird to me. I'm just like, I'm what? What did they just call me? Surely they are mistaken. And turtles are awesome. Just saw the TikTok of me. Well, thank you for coming, and I have no idea how to say that one. It's Zephyring. Oh, hi, Angel. Dark. How goes it? Fair today. Fair today. Oh. Thank you, Zach. We're doing a posture check and a hydrate, both from Zach. Guys, let's take care of ourselves. And thank you, Miss Raj. It's going to be Tuesday at 6 p.m. that we're going to be Destroy All Humans. I'm glad somebody knows what the hell I'm doing. Because clearly, I do not know what the hell I am doing. I'm the same way. I got a really bad flu a few weeks back, and it destroyed me for like weeks despite any meds I took. Medication's not working when you need it. It's awful. Oh, yeah. Anytime you have symptoms and your treatments aren't working, it sucks so bad. Blessing upon the world is what people have. Well, thank you, 519. That's very nice. Guys, we're gonna do a stretch. Thank you, Echo. Everybody, let's take care of ourselves. Do a wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Get moving around. And hi, Gavin. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us today. And Aragorn, I am doing fair. Be good people. Going to bed. Congrats. Thank you, Angel. You sleep well. I hope you enjoyed the zebra cakes. And capybara. Incredibly important question. Do I prefer cold or hot tea? Yes. So I am a hot tea drinker, but I always drink it after it gets cold. So, I mean, I make hot tea. I don't want it iced. So lukewarm? And specifically red rose. Like English breakfast blend, red rose, hot tea. Let it get like lukewarm so it is the perfect mouthfeel. With just little, generous splash of milk. Now you know how I take my tea. Would you rather have cooked spaghetti noodles for fingers or have cinder blocks for feet? You know what? Sometimes I already feel like I have both of those. But if I actually had to choose, I would say cinder blocks for feet because having fine motor skills of my fingers is super way more important to me because because of a lot of the tasks that I do, and like playing video games and crocheting, sewing, really require fine motor skills and having functional fingers, which spaghetti would not accomplish. So, yeah. I am the most wholesome streamer that you have ever met. I am not ever going to get used to that, Coltrane, but thank you. I appreciate that. God protect her, she's so pure. Well, thank you, Echo. That's kind of weird. We have an exam week starting. Oh, God, Echo, I'm sorry. Those are rough. Make sure you're taking care of yourself during that week. Especially make sure you're getting a lot of sleep. It's super important. Getting enough sleep during a test week will be one of the things that will help you get good scores. And I wish you luck for today's final exam. Good luck, Waleeders! I'm sure that you don't need it because I'm positive that you are prepared and that you're gonna do awesome. But good luck anyway. Milk in first or second? Oh, you gotta like make the tea and then put in the milk. I mean, come on, Heathen Beast. Definitely, you teabag? Hot water, dunk, dunk, dunk. Milk, dunk, dunk, dunk. There's a system, man. And I know that every person who makes tea has a system, and it's probably not the same as mine. But don't mess up their system, or they'll be all like, that's not right. It's so funny how we get, like, really habituated in how we do things. We have a big box of that exact red rose tea. It's my partner's favorite. Okay, comic, it's because it's the best tea. And my grandmother, like, always had red rose tea when I was growing up, and it had the little, she got the regular original one that was in the blue box. So it had the little animal figures in it. So I always grew up with, like, hordes of the animal figures in it. So, yeah. I don't think they do the animals anymore, which is super weird. If anyone remembers from last stream, I yelled out I finished my homework. Yep, I remember. Update about that. It took you 4 hours to finish it, and I went, gotta scroll back up. And I went to school, and the teacher wouldn't even take because she thought no one would turn it in, so she just didn't grade it. Oh! Why assign an assignment that you're not gonna collect? That's just a dick move. I'm sorry, boss. That's just bad. Ain't nobody should be doing that kind of shit. Ugh. Well, thank you, Tokes. That's very nice. And I'm glad that you stopped by to say hello. Please enjoy a zebra cake. Tea bags, sugar, hot water. Yep, see? See? Like, Sloth's got his routine. Like, everybody has, like, a system. There's rules, man. Same as that last guy. Just see that video heavy streaming. Well, thank you for joining us there, Scary. Yo, what up? As an English person, I approve of your tea. You are now an official honorary British citizen. Oh, I'm doing it right? Okay, good to know. Oh, Miss Roch was just asking me where the accent is, and sorry, I'm not even gonna try. I don't have an accent. Nope. There's no way I can do that kindly. As an Englishman, I just read that one. We've all been through this. The main thing is that you did the job. I guess I'm not sure what that is in response to. Oh, it must be in context of the homework. I mean, yeah, they did the job, but it's still a total dick move that they didn't accept it. I'll have to ask your partner if you got any of them when he was young. Yeah, those little tea animals! I don't know why they got rid of them. They must have not been popular enough, but I can remember, like, my grandmother collecting them, and, like, all my aunts would like collect them, and they would like squabble and trade and barter and beg for these animals. It was just mind-boggling insane to watch them try to like match their sets. I just never really understood. And there would be once in a while that there would be a little particular animal that I would want, but I never was like, oh, I want to have them all. It's kind of like a Pokemon thing, right? What's my favorite Spider-Man movie? I don't know that I've actually seen any of the Spider-Man movies. So I guess I don't have a favorite. Teachers really shouldn't assign things and make them seem important if they're not going to care about them. I think homework in general is dumb. Okay, like, seriously, the whole education system is broken in America. A lot of things are broken in America. But, like, homework doesn't add value. It just makes your brain tired. It very rarely actually teaches you shit. You just end up staring at this paper with fucking brain fatigue and drooling on yourself. It's just... It's dumb. Drives me nutty. Literally just watched a video on YouTube and said to come follow you, so I did. Well, thank you. Paradox? Have a zebra cake. Saw you on TikTok. Well, thank you guys. I really appreciate that all of you guys have been coming and visiting and hanging out. It's been super awesome to have everybody. And basically also just came from the YouTube. Yes, homework is pointless. It is. It's absolutely insane. That's not how people learn, especially if you are not neurotypical. But even neurotypical peeps, they just don't, our brains don't work this way. Like, what are you supposed to do if you have, like, questions and shit? The answer is nothing. You just, like, kill brain cells. It's just, it drives me nuts. Yorkshire Tea started putting models in the boxes for a small while, and I loved collecting them. Oh, I didn't know there was another brand that did it. Like, I guess it doesn't particularly surprise me that it wasn't, like, just Red Rose. Like, it must have been, like, a tea thing? Oh, thank you for the thank you for the support there, Twitchy. Oh, I also can't talk. I mangled the sub, mangled the name. I'm just gonna give you an air hug. Even though I can't speak to you, I love you and I appreciate your support. You are also a zebra. Hope you're having a good day. Oh, well, thank you, Sam. And what kind of zebra are you? I am hypermobile type. It takes away my time for myself. Homework is literally the definition of abuse. It's just nuts because there's no value, and like kids in high school, it's insane. They spend more time school, homework, doing extracurricular activities, etc. than I do in my 40-hour work week. It's absolutely insane. What are we? And then they're like, "Oh, kids, let them enjoy their childhood." What the fuck are we doing? It's insane. Oh, doing a hydrate from Chrono. Thank you guys. Let's get the water. So in the medical world, oh, you're also hypermobile type. Cool. So in the medical world, anyone who is a zebra is someone who has a rare medical illness. Specifically, the Ehlers-Danlos Society chose to use the zebra as its mascot because they wanted to point out to the medical field that while there are more horses or people who are not rare, there are in fact people who are rare and they do deserve to have good healthcare as well. And hi, Otter! We love you! Joy, I answer with a tiny sword. Your brain is too squished for a good raid message. I don't know. I thought that was a good raid message. I mean, if you want good entertainment, just get Otter and play Hamster's Playground and get him betting. Because, I mean, first of all, you'll get all the money from him. But second of all, the conversation will just be great. Well, then go get some sleep, Otter. Go take care of yourself. Raiders! And thank you very much, Otter, for the support with the raid and the sub. You've been awesome. I love you so much. Go get some sleep. And I'm going to sit up more straight. Thank you, Elias, for the reminder. Everybody, let's be good to our backs. Rapists are bad. Yes, I think we can all agree with that. Why am I not responding to you? Because I read chat very slowly. But I'm getting there. I'm scared to ask questions like that because a lot of people get offended, and that's the last thing that I want to do. So thank you so much for answering my question. You are welcome. I'm pretty open to questions. Worst case scenario, I just say that it's not something that I talk about, but there's not much that I won't talk about. I'm pretty much an open book when it comes to like my history and my medical stuff, so it is okay to ask questions. And well, that's how people learn, is asking questions. So, you know. And we have more people coming and hanging out with us. Hello! And it looks like it is Sid Loves. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. Welcome to the Dazzle. You have to wake up for college in 5 hours, so go to bed. Yes. I hope you sleep well and have a good day at school tomorrow. Thank you for hanging out with us, basically. How's my day been? Fair. How about you? So I think that there's like, when it comes to like asking questions, especially about people's history, it's a delicate balance. Like, it's not a good thing to start with. Like, when you're just meeting somebody, you shouldn't be like asking about their disability and stuff right when you first meet them. But trying to understand terminology, I think, is a pretty good thing to. I think those things are pretty safe to ask right in the beginning. I think that it's also okay, like, to ask clarification about what are good accommodations. But yeah, it's not always clear where those boundaries are. Sometimes I find it difficult, like, what neurotypical people find rude and what neurodivergent people find rude is different. So sometimes I find that to be a challenge too. So what's up? Oh, we're just doing kind of a rambly rant day and hanging out and answering questions, and I'm trying to recover from a crazy 3-work shift and migraine. Yeah, how about you, Gold Tech? How are you doing? I have my own mental issues. I always tell people to ask whatever they want, and if it is something I can answer, then I will happily share. The more that people understand, the better. I agree, Heathen. Like, one of the frustrating things is that people don't understand about chronic illness, and they don't understand about what it's like to have things like OCD, or a lot of people don't even know what Ehlers-Danlos is, and a lot of times what people do know about illnesses is what's portrayed in the media. But people aren't going to have the opportunity to understand what it's like to live with chronic illness if people with chronic illness aren't sharing their story. And that doesn't mean that everybody with chronic illness should be required to tell their story, but it does mean that if I personally think that it's important for people to have a better understanding, then I'm kind of in the boat of being one of those people that should be telling the stories. So, yeah, I'm out here talking about this stuff because I want people to have a better understanding of what it's like to have obsessive compulsive disorder and know that it's not just what we see on the television, and, you know, to understand why people grieve, and that, you know, you can have disability and have variability in your day and your presentation, and that you can be young or old, and, you know, disabilities are indiscriminate. They don't care if you're white or black or male or female or where you're from in the world. They don't care. And thank you, Varger, for the sub. We appreciate the support. You are awesome. This music is so deep. This is Pretzel. I really like this radio service. It's got like options. You could like get a free account or paid services. The thing that I like about it is that it's compatible with Twitch and YouTube, so that I don't have to worry about copyright strikes. And I also just like that it has options for like vocal or instrumental and different moods. This is one of my favorite moods, the either chill or lo-fi. Well, thank you for checking us out after seeing said TikTok there, Gestaco. And thank you also for that stretch, Gestaco. Everybody, do a wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Stretch. Oh, and I'm like really stiff on that side, so I'm gonna stretch a little bit extra over there. Oh, guys, we got some more raiders. Lots of people coming and visiting us today. And this is from Legend Peter Slay. Thank you for coming in and hanging out with us here in the Dazzle. Hey, Tug, how you doing? My favorite response when I tell someone I have insomnia is just stay up all night. Oh, because I stay up all night and all day and still don't sleep. Yeah. Like right now I'm at, I think 28 hours awake. I don't even know. And that's on 3 hours of sleep. Yeah, people will be just like, stay awake some more. Yeah, the music has got like, I don't know, 30 hours of play, and it just cycles on to the next song. And it's Pretzel Rocks is the name of the service, and it's pretzelrocks.com, and I think it's part of Spotify. I'm not sure how all of that's related, but hello, Bouncy. And how are you doing there, Wild Legend? Thank you for joining us. I hope your stream went well. You found me from a wholesome Reddit post. Well, you probably found me from a Reddit post. I don't know about wholesome. I'm still not sure how I feel about that tag, guys. I'm not gonna. At least I don't have any games planned for tonight. I was just gonna be doing some chatting. However, I could probably be convinced if you guys wanted to do a game tonight. Well, they're I think it's Solman. Well, I'm gonna go with Spy. I can say that. You have a fabulous night and get some rest and all those things. And you can check us out on YouTube later. Staying up does not mean that you will sleep. It means that you're gonna be tired. Exactly. I hate that. Like, and the other thing that drives me nuts is that I work night shift. So, like, for some reason, if I sleep like 6 hours during the day, that makes me lazy. But if I sleep 10 hours at night, that's totally normal and okay. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, what? I've heard that kind of bullshit, like, the whole 20 years that I've worked night shift, and I'm just like, they'll be like, why do you sleep all day? So that I can make sure people don't die at night. You do like having ambulances and like nurses and doctors and firefighters and police officers to keep you from dying in the middle of the night, yeah? That means us fuckers that are providing that service have to sleep during the day. I look gorgeous. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I feel a little bit rough around the edges. You're bipolar with a few other issues that can impact that too. The way that I act and think are wildly different depending upon which way your brain is going. And I'm still shocked about the lack of knowledge, even though I really shouldn't be at this point. You know, Heathen, I think the challenge, especially with mental illness, is the way that it's portrayed in the media. You know, you see, you know, mental illness in these very specific caricatures in Hollywood, and the way that they portray them is not really the way that it's seen in real life, so that people have these really strong misconceptions. You know, I frequently, as somebody with OCD, and you know, people just assume that I'm running around cleaning and counting shit, and anybody who has seen my house knows that this is not the fucking case. I live in chaos. Like, no. I do not clean, I do not sort, I do not, just no. That's not my thing. Well, good luck with your chores, Father. Yeah, Grandma Gamer. I liked how upset people got about being called old. And thank you, Roko. We really appreciate the support. You're amazing. I mean, I don't think that it should matter, like, what time of day you sleeping, but, you know, whatever. And especially when day shifters, like, just really want those services to be there at night, but then think that I'm somehow, like, a lazy person for sleeping during the day so that I can be available for those night services. It's like, you fuckers can't have it both ways. But girlfriend needs a solid 8 hours, and I'm more of a 6-hour person. Yeah, like, everybody's different, and wow. Thank you. Thank you. I very much appreciate that, Reborn. You are awesome. You guys are awesome. I very much appreciate all the support. And Doug, I think that you're right. Like, as far as people are concerned, there is just like one kind of mental illness, and it's just kind of crazy. And in their defense, it's not something that people are really taught about, and it's not something that the general public talks about. We tend to just kind of marginalize these issues, sweep them under the carpet. We don't tend to discuss this stuff. It's like periods and, you know, I don't know, like farts and the fact that we poop, and we don't tend to talk about our bodies and our mental health, and these are not polite conversation. So because of that, we don't often know a lot of like really, you know, anything about the human body and mental health, and it's not because people don't care, it's because we're not talking about it. I mean, so I just think that if we want people to know more about it, we just got to get out here and have conversations and let people ask questions and, you know, explore topics. And let people say, like, so, hey, well, if you don't do cleaning, what's your thing then? What is it like for you? And not be afraid to have those conversations, even though it might be awkward or in the beginning feel embarrassing or whatever, you know, just kind of, you know. You are always exhausted no matter how much I sleep. You know, I have been there. Hey, Monteroso. I'm one of these people that I go either way. Like, I have a lot of fatigue or I have ridiculous high energy, and it sucks. And doom piles, yeah. Doom boxes, doom piles. I am that fucker. Like ADHD doom boxes. Yeah, I'm not a cleaner. The only media coverage of bipolar is the people that go off their meds and do crazy stuff. Yeah, you know, frequently it's mania that's portrayed in the media for sure. Hey, Creeper. It's definitely depicted by media. My doctor recently brought up schizophrenia with me due to my autism. I'm scared of mentioning to people due to how the media depicts the illness, and I won't be taken seriously. Yeah, honey. The schizophrenic spectrum in general is not portrayed kindly in the media at all. And then on top of that, you have this just a lot of fear that comes with the schizophrenic spectrum. When you're talking about a disorder that says that you struggle with really knowing what's real, that's really scary shit. So I've been in the world of having hallucinations. I have heard voices, and it is terrifying when you question what's real and you reach a point in your life that you're like, is this like a voice? Is this in my head? And it makes you question like everything else. Like, how much of what I'm experiencing is just in my fucking head, and how much of it is outside of my head? And like, how do you reconcile all of that when you get this diagnosis that says that you don't share reality with everyone? So there's a lot of layers there. And then when there's a lot of stigma on top of poor media portrayal, where people tend to believe that people who are schizophrenic are unsafe, yeah, it's crappy. And I'm sorry that all of that, it goes on with schizophrenics, because having worked in healthcare for years and years and having worked in psych, the reality is that people who are on the schizophrenic spectrum are victims. They are very, very, very rarely victimizers. The statistics are that people who have mental health issues are much more likely to be the victimized rather than the victimizer, especially if you have any type of schizophrenic spectrum disorder, because they are often so disorganized that they can't plan a crime. They can't hurt people. They struggle to even know what's going on around them sometimes. And it's tragic that they're played off as people who are hurting other people, when in fact they're the ones that are often being very horrifically harmed by other people. You don't mind talking about your mental health. Most people think that you're perfectly sane, but weird. You're completely bad shit. And it is a clinical diagnosis. Well, Tub, I don't know of anything in the DSM that's labeled complete bad shit, but that's okay. We like bad shit here too. Hello, Kathy. Welcome. Schizoid disorder. Oh my. Are completely misunderstood. Absolutely. Like even people within the field struggle to understand them. If you've not perceived that whole, like, having a questioning of your reality, it's really hard to like have empathy for it. And hey, Eft, thanks for joining us. My way of doing things like this, not just about mental health, but about being that part of the alphabet, is always, if they're respectful about it, I'll answer almost any question within reason. But when they talk down on me or are disrespectful, I'm not going to answer anything. Comic, that is an absolutely good point, and I completely agree with you. If somebody is being respectful, if they're genuinely curious, or in my opinion innocent, like, I don't know, a 5-year-old comes up and asks a seemingly rude question, they're probably just being 5. But yeah, you know, if people are just like, hey, you know, I'm just trying to understand. I heard that you are autistic, and I have a friend who's autistic, and I'm just trying to get a better understanding. Can you answer some questions? Are you comfortable with that? Then yeah, I'm gonna sit and chat with this person. But if this person is being kind of rude and condescending, then yeah, I'm gonna tell them to bugger off. Because we aren't required, you know, to subject ourselves to hate just to get information out there. That's not helping the community. That's absolutely a good point. They absolutely need to be respectful. I think people need to be respectful in regardless of the context. And there's not enough of that. It's very sad, and the problem is that people see different, and different is bad and scary. I completely agree with that. And it doesn't matter how the different is labeled. It doesn't matter if it's like they look different than us, or they speak differently, or they have different sexual preferences, or they label themselves differently, or they have different religions. Like, human beings are not very good at accepting differences in our current culture. And I think that that's really, really unfortunate, because the one thing that's kind of guaranteed about humanity is that we're really diverse, and we're really good at being different and odd and funky, and it's what makes us so incredibly beautiful and amazing. The just dynamic weirdness of it. And I wish that we could get better at embracing that. And that doesn't mean that I have to like every single one of you fuckers, because there's bound to be people that I'm gonna meet that I don't like, and that's okay, but it doesn't give me permission to be an asshole to you. Like, I can just be like, nah, you're not my thing. I don't want to hang out with you, and move on. But you still gotta be nice to each other. Like, there's a difference between it not being for you and being an asshole and discriminatory about it. And I think that we should, get better at figuring out those balances of respect. There are people that like to fake these things, but I don't think that you do. You're using a lot of hand gestures, and yeah, sorry, I get excited. The hand flapping starts. I have a lot of passion about mental health, and I have a lot of passion about inclusiveness and equity. And I think that over the course of the 20 years of working in nursing, one of the things that has frustrated me the most is seeing the lack of equity in our culture, the way that people are not treated equal for stupid ass reasons. I see patients who are not treated the same because of the color of their skin, or because of the language that they're speaking, or because of what gender they choose to identify, or what pronoun they use, or what religion they have, and it's mind-boggling to me. And I would like to see this culture change, and I would like to help change the culture. And I think that the way that we do that is to help people understand that these differences aren't as big and scary as they seem like they are, and help build bridges between different groups of people so that we can be more equitable and more inclusive, and find ways to become a one single shared group of just mixed hodgepodge. I mean, because that is really what we are, is one giant group of a hodgepodge mix of people. And I'm rambling so much that I'm super behind in chat, but I'm sorry, guys. Thank you for sharing your experience. I grew up with a schizophrenic dad that couldn't be there for us growing up because of his mental struggles. It was hard to understand as a child, and sometimes as an adult. Emma, that is so true. Like, when you have parents who have mental illness, or really anything that's going on with your parents, like, what you understand as a kid and then what you understand as an adult are two very, very different things. And I'm sorry that your dad and you and your family had to struggle with that. It's super, super hard. It's terrible how misunderstood and misportrayed mental disorders are. Getting my bachelor's in psychology has opened my eyes so much. I feel like everyone who can should take the opportunity to learn about psychology and find a whole new perspective to life and people. So true, Panda, so true. Why can there not be more people out there open-minded enough to have this sort of intelligent discourse? I don't know, Heathen, but it starts with those of us who want to have conversations, opening the door and inviting people to the table. So, here's my table. Have a zebra cake. Let's chat. Sure, it's a zebra. Check the appendix. Written in crayon. It's there. Okay, it's bad. Uh, do I watch Maze Runner? I don't know what that is, so I'm going to say probably not, Bloom. It's so sweet to actually hear this from someone, especially someone who has experienced psychosis themselves. I've had no idea who to turn to besides my boyfriend, whom has been my biggest supporter throughout this. He assures me that I am okay. So, honey, I'm going to tell you a couple things about if you are having any psychotic symptoms. First of all, you're going to be okay. It doesn't make you that abnormal. The majority of humans have some degree of psychotic features in their lives, and we're all okay. So, keep in perspective about whether or not these symptoms are harmful before you get too worried about them. If they're not causing you harm, try to find a balance where you can live with them comfortably. Sometimes I just have to tell the asshole on my bus to shut the fuck up and ignore him. You know? Because just because he's talking doesn't mean I have to listen to him. But it doesn't mean that you are a lesser person or that you are broken. It just means that you're different, and that's okay. So, I'm sending you a hug. But try to get somebody to support you so that you can process through this. It's a difficult time. It's one of those times when you get a diagnosis that changes your life perspective and your self perspective. You need a lot of support through that transition. It comes with a lot of stress and a lot of grief. And you definitely need help to get through that. And it doesn't necessarily mean professional support. It can mean friend support. Sounds like your boyfriend is a support for you, and that's great. Don't be afraid to lean on other people. It's not a sign of weakness. We're social creatures. We're designed that way. We need each other. We're stronger together. What's worse than... Oh, that's worse than finding a worm in your apple. I found you after seeing a clip on YouTube. Well, thank you, Shadow, for joining us. Your daughter is autistic. Well, thank you, Ware, for joining us. And hey, woohoo! More autistic folks. This is the kind of preaching that I am down for. Well, thank you, Sam. Sorry, I'm kind of new. I heard about you and I just loved your energy. I saw that you played games. So, what games do you play? I realize this question is completely different from the topic that you're talking about. That is okay, Creeper. We're doing a stretch. Thank you, Julian. We like stretch. I play 7 Days to Die. I play Don't Starve Together. I tend to be just kind of a variety streamer. If you want to see all the games that I'm currently playing, I do have a link in my About page to my Steam account, so you can see what games I have available, and those are the games that I'm playing, or the ones on my Steam account. My morals are too hard to follow. How are you supposed to be nice 24/7? Creeper, you can't be because you're human and neither am I. Thank you, Real. We're gonna hydrate. So today is like National Kindness Day, so this is a great topic to talk about. Nobody is kind 24/7. Nobody is thoughtful 24/7. But you can choose every day to embrace the spirit of kindness and to endeavor to do your best every day to leave the world a better place than when you found it. So what that means is that you're going to do the best that you can today. And what your best looks like today isn't necessarily going to be what your best is tomorrow. So if you have 5 spoons to work with today and tomorrow you only have knives, not going to be the same day. And sometimes you have to give yourself grace Because some days you're not going to have enough spoons, you're only going to have knives, and you're not going to have the energy, and you're going to be stabby. It happens. But when you're embracing the spirit of kindness, it's about choosing to make the effort to think about other people and not just yourself. And it's about trying to cultivate a sense of awareness so that you are paying attention to the people around you. And thank you, Danky. We really, really appreciate the support. That's amazing. So just go out into the universe with a sense of mindfulness that other people exist and that other people matter. And when you start being aware of other people, you're going to start to be more aware of how your actions affect other people. And it's just every day say, I'm going to do my best. And you're not going to be perfect. Nobody is. None of us can be. So I'm going to sit up straight. Thank you, Arcane. I appreciate the reminder. And you definitely can't borrow a spoon, Sam. You can't. You know, you're going to wreck yourself. We all have bad days. And we have to give our permission to be human. And that means that there's going to be days that we run out of spoons and we're stabby and we're you know, not performing as well. And use chopsticks if that's what you got. You know, we got to do the best that we can with what we have. So the spirit of kindness is not about performing perfectly. It's about remembering and doing our best. So, yeah. Just making that commitment. Kindness a gift that takes no effort, even the act of smiling, whether you're on your last spoon, maybe someone needs that spoon to just see the spork ahead. I mean, I personally think that kindness takes effort. I think kindness is an effort of mindfulness. I think that the majority of the time that we're unkind to each other, it's because of indifference, that we aren't thinking about each other. So the effort is in the part of paying attention. If we're just going about our day shopping and we're not paying attention to the other shoppers, we're not going to notice that someone needs help with the door, or that someone can't afford their groceries and they're like trying to figure out which grocery to put back. But if we're paying attention to the people around us and we're putting forth the effort of mindfulness, of being aware of the people around us, we can then take the opportunity to make a choice. We can then say, okay, here's a person who can't open the door because they got too much stuff in their hands. We can then say, I have it in me right now. I can open this door for this person and help them a little bit today, right now. But that doesn't mean that you have the money to help this other person with your groceries. That doesn't mean that you're a bad person because you didn't help everybody. But you had the opportunity because you put in the effort of being aware. And it doesn't mean that we have to help everybody, because helping everybody is an impossibility. It's about being aware to make the choices to help where we can without hurting and harming ourselves. Because that doesn't make the world a better place. If we're cutting and hurting and sacrificing and breaking ourselves, we're not making the world a better place. So you're not turning yourself into a doormat. That's not what the spirit of kindness is about, because we deserve kindness to ourselves too. Especially if you have chronic pain or are disabled, sometimes our own tiredness can make it harder to deal with existing, let alone people. Absolutely, Arcane. You know, there are days that I can't even get the fuck out of bed. I mean, there are days that, you know, as much as I love Miss Roch, there are knife days, and I am an asshole to him, and I don't know why he puts up with it, but he does, and I love him so much, and I love that he understands that it's a knife day, and that it's nothing personal, and that when I'm being stabby, it's because I don't have the energy to think about how I'm saying things, so I come across really abrasive. And we have to give ourselves grace, and that's when we need to be kind to ourselves and say, I'm allowed to be perfect, you know, imperfect. I'm allowed to be human. And we need to grant ourselves that grace. And so when we're seeing someone else being stabby, we're seeing someone else not being perfect, we need to allow them that grace and say maybe they're having a knife day. And maybe that's what's going on. Maybe they're kind of being an asshole to me because they don't have any spoons today. I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. I was raised to believe that if I can help, then I should. And those times when I can't help, I should trust there's someone out there who can and will. Yeah, Heathen. I mean, I think that we need, if everybody were helping, if everybody helped where they could, then that absolutely, I think, would be the case. I mean, if someone were checking out at the grocery and you think about all the people that were around and there are 10, 15, 20 people at the checkout, chances are that one person there would financially be able to afford that $5 extra to help that person afford their groceries, even though someone else in the grocery line also cannot afford to give that $5. So, yeah, I mean, that's exactly it. If you give what you can, and everybody is giving what they can, then everyone's needs collectively are being met by the group. And that's the principle of coming together as a community. And I think that, especially in America, I can't speak to other countries, we have become more isolated and we've become more isolatory, and we have forgotten this community sense where we bind to each other and we work cooperatively for the whole and for the greater good, because that greater good takes care of the individual and everybody benefits. Yeah, absolutely. Orangey, kindness is worth it, because you know what? Kindness releases like hormones in our brain. It, like, we're doing a stretch for strong, thank you, and we're doing a hydrate arcane. So when we engage in acts of kindness, our brain releases oxytocin. And oxytocin is the hormone that makes us feel connected and united with other people. It helps us feel less isolated and alone. So even if that act of kindness does not bridge the gap and help us form connections, we will feel like we are more connected because of that release of oxytocin. So the act of helping other people will help us stave off depression, will help us with finding stability in managing our chronic illness, will help us with feelings of isolation, blah, blah, blah. Kindness is good in its own right for our own benefit. So if you can't get on the kindness train for other people, do it for yourself. Posture check. Thank you, little Nassie. I gotta scroll up here. My chat's like going faster than my brain can. It's so exhausting to do anything at all when you're in constant pain and or discomfort. Absolutely, comic. It takes more energy to do the same task, because not only do you have to like do the task, you have to manage your pain while you're doing the task. So yeah, absolutely. I hate that most of us have to learn it the hard way. The don't push or we will regret it 10 out of 10 times. Yeah, Sam, I think that this hustle culture in America has taught us that we as individuals are allowed to be sacrificed, that it's to the culture's benefit if we sacrifice ourselves. And it's not to the community's benefit if I sacrifice myself. Because how am I going to take care of anybody else if I fry myself? The answer is, I ain't. I'm just going to be a crispy lump on the couch. I ain't helping nobody then. The hardest part is sometimes there really isn't and won't be someone out there to help. Right now, no, Arcane, there isn't, because we don't have a community culture and we don't have enough people embracing the spirit of kindness, and we don't have enough people who are being aware. There's too many people wandering around in a state of indifference. But if we can foster this culture and get more people on the kindness train, then yeah, everybody's needs would be taken care of. And thank you, Faded. I really appreciate the sub and the support. Working on getting me a real streamer setup. Slow and sure. I mean, I think that there's a couple things that people misunderstand when they think about kindness. And the first is that they think that kindness means that you're always giving and that it's self-sacrificing. And neither is the case. Like, you don't have to turn yourself into a doormat in order to be a kind person. You absolutely should be maintaining your boundaries. Like, you still need to be preserving yourself, because over the long run, you can give more and you can do more for your community and for other people if you're taking care of yourself. I mean, it's a hard lesson that I had to learn as a nurse. I've been a nurse for 20 years, and the reality is, I can't work every shift that they're short, and I can't pick up every hour or stay every time, and I can't do all the things that everybody wants me to do while I'm being a nurse. The best thing that I can do to be a really good nurse is take care of myself so that my brain is functioning well and my compassion is maintained. And then you can go into work with the capacity to think well, to function well, and to have an open heart and the ability to give a fuck about other human beings. Because if your tank is empty, how much fucks are there for other people? The answer is not many. The stickers are so cute. Well, thank you, Violet, because Sarah Salt worked super hard on them, and hopefully there are going to be more of them coming soon. I just have to get them all uploaded, so hopefully by the next stream, there will be more tiers worth of emotes and stickery things. So, yay! I am always a kind person and can never be mean. Whoa, woohoo! Isaac. I mean, I try really hard to not be mean, but I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm like, I get knifey. You know, there are times that, you know, like last night, man, I was struggling. I had a migraine. I didn't have enough sleep. I was working a 12-hour shift. It was a difficult shift. We didn't have ideal staffing. There was some frustrating circumstances on the unit, like the Pixis not working. And I was really having a hard time playing nice with others, and at one point I absolutely had to put up a sign that said, "Let me chart and leave me alone, because I can't play nice right now." So yeah, sometimes we have to time ourselves out, and sometimes just that self-awareness of when we hit that point that we need to back off and take a break and not be around other people because we're being stabby is a kindness to other people, because ain't nobody want me to be a bitch to them. So me stepping back and taking care of myself is taking care of other people. So it's taking care of the community. We've gotten in this culture that like the only way to take care of people is if we like slay ourselves, but that's not true. So we're gonna do a hydrate to take care of ourselves. Everybody, thank you, Sunny. We're gonna have some drinks. Sometimes you have to be cruel to be kind, though. I don't know, Heathen. I haven't really encountered a time that I felt that I needed to wield cruelty. I've needed bluntness, I've needed directness, but I don't know that I've ever needed cruelty. I've definitely had to say things that people didn't want to hear. I've definitely had to be way more direct than people were comfortable with. I've definitely had to have really awkward, uncomfortable, and very abrasive conversations that people weren't ready for. but I don't feel that I have ever had to wield cruelty in order to accomplish a kindness. And I think that we need to be careful, because I'm not in a position to know what's best for other people. And helping is only helping when it's wanted. So when you say, "Can I open the door for you?" If they say no, and you still open the door, you're no longer helping, and you're no longer being kind. Now you're being an asshole. Now you're being intrusive. And now you're making them feel like they can't be independent. And you're making them feel lesser than. And you're stepping upon their right to choose how independent they can be. So there's a balance too. And sometimes dancing in that balance can be really hard. But kindness requires that we allow people to choose for themselves. And sometimes that means that we have to go so far as to allow them to choose to die. And that's really fucking hard. Being a people pleaser, the therapist friend, the family peacekeeper, ruined my mental health. It wasn't until finally stopped caring about what other people do or say if I tell them no, and setting boundaries, that I finally felt like a real person for the first time. Absolutely comic. People pleasing will not only destroy your relationships, it will destroy you. And in the long run, you will not help the people that you are trying to help, because this whole "I want to avoid conflict" will just create conflict in the long run. And you can't make everybody happy all the time. You just can't. So yeah, you're just going to wreck yourself for not a whole lot of gain. I've never related to anything more. So happy that you did that for yourself. Congrats on the piece. Thank you, Sam. Don't people hate it when you start setting boundaries? Yeah, people absolutely hate boundary setting. It's uncomfortable. And it rewrites the rules to well-established relationships. Plenty of people see directness as cruelty because it hurts their feelings. Absolutely. But there's a difference between it hurting and it being cruel. And people struggle with the difference of this definition, but I think that it's a really important distinction. Something being painful isn't necessarily cruel. If I cut cancer out of your body, that's not a cruelty, but it's absolutely painful. Cruelty is when I am causing you pain intentionally for the sake of causing you pain. That's cruelty. And cruelty usually implies that I'm doing it because I get off on it and I enjoy seeing you suffer. So cruelty is pain for pain's sake. If I cause you pain in an effort to cause you to grow, it is not cruelty. Sometimes I do things that causes pain and causes suffering, but that isn't necessarily cruelty. So if I tell someone that their prognosis is that they are going to die and that there is absolutely nothing that medicine can do to prevent their death, that is absolutely going to cause them to suffer. And there's nothing that I can do to cause a prevention of that suffering. But it is not cruelty. I am not telling them that their prognosis is death because I want to see them suffer. I am telling them that their prognosis is that they're going to die so that they have time and a chance to prepare and come to terms with their mortality. So I am giving you this news that I know will hurt you in an effort for you to be able to do this thing that is a kindness for you. So it's a gesture of respect, and it's a gesture of I'm trying to give you the best chances and the best odds. There's a lot of dancing about what's going to be the kindest thing. And And what's the kindest thing is different for every person, and there's going to be missteps. There's going to be times where you do something with the genuine intent of being kind, and you're not. And you have to be like, oh, super sorry, I didn't mean it that way. And you have to eat the humble pie, and you have to like say, I'm super sorry, didn't mean to offend. And then you have to course correct and see how you can patch that relationship. Because there's no way to know every individual person's preferences, and kindness is individual for sure. Yeah. But I think there's a difference, a very important difference between causing someone pain and acts of cruelty. I find it kind of funny how many people found you through some shorts and just come here, give a follow, but not even watch your content. It is honestly kind of wholesome content, which is nice to listen to. Well, thank you very much, Dan Tamoldar. I'm not sure that I got that one right, but I appreciate that you're enjoying the content. My content is either chats or games while we chat. But yeah, that's why we have lots of followers and few viewers, and that's what viral events do. But maybe we can convert some of those viral followers to viewers and make it sustain. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So my phone is currently broke, so I'm having a smoke using my girlfriend's phone for Twitch. I see your stream, and here I am. What we ranting about tonight? Well, that girl Siri. We are currently ranting about kindness because it is World Kindness Day. So we are talking about being kind and how to manage that. So we're gonna hydrate. Thank you for. Because managing all of that is difficult. Like, it takes a conscious effort. It takes a choice. So we're talking about how that choice is managed and how we go about doing that. Or at least how I go about doing that. I mean, I won't say that I got the best way of doing shit, just like what I do. Thank you so much, friends. It's a very painful, lonely road. I've lost my entire family in the process. I wish I could say that I haven't had to make hurtful decisions or say hurtful things in order to simply keep myself safe, but I have. Not entirely safe from these people yet, but I'm in a better place than I have ever been. I am glad that things are getting better for you, comic, and I hope that they continue to get better. But please, please, please always put your safety before anything else. The years of psych have taught me that being safe comes before everything else. You know, the hierarchy of needs, that foundation, you gotta meet your needs and your safety. Like, that's the foundation of human experience. That's first. So absolutely, make sure you're safe, my friend. Personally, I would rather be told a brutal truth than a happy lie. And, you know, Heathen, most people feel that way. I mean, if possible, you know, we should be giving news and difficult news and telling truths with kindness. And we shouldn't be wielding truth like a club. But if truth needs to be doled out, sometimes it is harsh, and sometimes it does hurt. But we should be doing it with as much mindfulness for the kind of impact that it's going to have on the recipient. And thank you, Wolfgang. We're doing a posture check, guys. Remember to be good to our backs and sit up straight. One of the things that I try to also kind of keep in mind is that truth and kindness should be balanced. Honesty is not always the best policy. I personally don't believe that. There are times that lying is more important. In the Nazi era, when the Jews were hiding in the basement and the Nazis came knocking on the door and said, "Do you have Jews in your house?" And the people who were hiding those Jews did the good thing and the kind thing, and they lied. And they said, "Nope, we don't got any Jews here." I think we can all say this is an extreme example of when a lie is the good and the kind thing to do. So it's not clear cut black and white. You know, truth isn't always kindness. Does your mom need to know that you don't like her meatloaf? Is that necessary? I don't know. You know, like, we gotta balance, like, how important is this truth versus how important is the kindness? Especially when we take into context that truth is not always black and white. When a lot of times what we're talking about when we talk about I'm being honest is a delivery of an opinion. How important is the delivery of our opinion when we are injuring someone's heart? And when we think about how much those injuries can really hurt and breed long-term wounds, how important is the delivery of that opinion? So it's kind of an important thing to keep in mind when we're, you know, balancing these things. So kindness is challenging, I think. Which is why I think it's more about embracing the spirit of kindness and making that commitment every day to do our best, rather than holding ourselves to this ridiculous standard of perfection that no human can ever achieve. Well, thank you for coming from Facebook there, bald fella. I think you're the first one to tell me that you came from Facebook. Woohoo! Hey, Beast Garfield, we're having a pretty good night. I think that this has been a pretty good discussion, and I'm glad that we're all here talking about how to make the world better. Is a zebra pig a zebra with curly tail or a pig with stripes? Ooh, that's a good question, Joe. I am actually a pig with a zebra hoodie. But those are both really good guesses. You are new here, but you already love it here. Well, thank you, Boo. I am glad that you are enjoying it. Have a zebra cake. Viral follower, but only took you 5 seconds to realize that you were staying. Well, thank you, Heathen. I super appreciate it. And thank you, Garfield, for the support. I really appreciate it so much. The Illuminati just donated bits. I really am slow at chat because I talk too much. I wholeheartedly agree. I'm in the process of working towards a new place, phone number, everything so that I can be safe. Yes, yes, please make sure you're safe. That is so, so important. I will convert her. Might ease her in with faulty towers. Oh man, my chat just jumped around. I lost that comment. I think I only read half of it. Ah! Thank you for more support, Garfield. You're amazing. After listening to your words was very nice, and I hope to see you on the front page of Twitch so others can hear the wonderful things that you give viewers. Aw, that's very sweet. I appreciate it. When your aunt was told that she had cancer, the doctor wasn't sure how to word it, and she got entirely confused. Yeah, Rose, when I deliver bad news in medicine, I personally go very blunt and very forthright. In those cases, there is no way to deliver the news that it's not going to hurt. There's no way to tell someone that they have cancer that it's not going to be scary as fuck, and there's no way to tell them that they're dying that it isn't going to be horrific and scary and all the complicated shit that comes with that. There's just no way to deliver that kind of news. And like, how do you tell someone that their mother or their child has died and it not be the most terrible thing that they have just heard? Like, you can't tell that. You can't deliver that news softly. So you just deliver it matter-of-factly. You go in and you say, hey, I'm here to tell you that da-da-da. You just go in and you state it matter of fact. Because the more that you beat around the bush, the more you just like hash shit up and confuse it. And yeah. And you have a maid too. I love Squishmallows. And she's a magical unicorn llama. So kindness is more about doing what is right in any given situation above any other consideration. I totally get down with that. I personally think that kindness is about doing what is, how do I want to word it? About what is right and good for that person in that moment now. Kindness is about keeping the other person in mind rather than just yourself, and knowing that your actions are going to have an impact and that you can cut other people with what you do and that it matters. And I'm like losing all my cues. Sorry guys, I'm like rambling. All right, so we got a call for Zed. All right. Hey guys, how you doing? Hello, Dazzle! So this is Zed. He's like one of our little zebra pig guys. He's my buddy who wears the zebra hoodie and hangs out with us. And yes, hello guys! Yes! Alright, we're gonna do a posture check. Posture check. Posture. Thank you, Cambo. And we're gonna do a stretch. Everybody wiggle around good. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And that one is from TV. I'm probably supposed to say PH and not like. And we got a hydrate from Ninja Savage. So sorry about that. I got totally into the conversation and like ignored my cue for a second. Okay, quite a few seconds. Cancer is awful. Your Nana recently died of cancer. Thankfully, myself, sister, and son got to see her before she passed. Oh, I'm glad that you were able to visit. She passed hours after seeing all three of her grandchildren. I believe that was she was waiting for. It's hard, but that thought process helped me get through it. It is very hard. There's nothing good about cancer. It's an absolutely ravaging disease. It's super difficult to watch people go through it. I wish we could find a cure. I'm normally a lurker, and I just wanted to say that you are a beautiful soul, and I hope that you're having a good day. Well, thank you, Haphazard. I really appreciate that. I am having a fair day. Sometimes to improve, you have to face unpleasant truths. That's not cruelty. I'll use theater as an example. It's much better for your director to say that your acting can use improvement rather for them to lie, and then you make a terrible show in front of hundreds of people. Right. I think that's a good example. I think that in that case, giving the feedback that you're not performing well is absolutely the kindness. Now, telling a 5-year-old that they're not acting well when they're just doing a play pretend of puppets for you in the living room, probably not a truth that they need to know. Tell them they're doing great. So I think that like when something is helpful and when it's not is also like when it's kind. I mean, context is everything, and it's not clear cut. I mean, I'm not saying that any of this is easy to sort, because fuck, I've been confused by all of this shit for years, and I've made absolutely a bazillion missteps. I mean, that's part of being human. You know, we're not always going to know what the right way to go is, and we've got to give ourselves grace. Oh, where are we? The zebra. Do I have any pets? I currently do not. I would love to have pets, but as a travel nurse, it's kind of makes having pets complicated, and I don't think that it's fair to the animal to kind of lug them around, and it makes getting an apartment complicated. And yeah, right now, no pets, but maybe in the future. I would definitely like to get a cat again. I miss having a cat. Your stomach hurts? Well, I'm sorry, Skull. Stomach pain sucks a lot. Considering I was coming on Twitch on my partner's phone to probably watch XQC, I've enjoyed my time here on the stream. Give you a follow on my account tomorrow. Well, thank you. I appreciate that very, very much. Yes, I remember when I had 10 followers. It was only a couple weeks ago, and it's been kind of crazy. Yeah, it's kind of chill around here. We just try to, like, you know, hang out. Yes, this is my rambly stream. We tend to do rambly streams on Sunday, and then on Tuesday or Wednesday we do games. Mad respect for the idea of treating children like people. Yes. Yes. Benzo did something wrong. Yes, children are people. And I tell people all the time you should do the adult check. If you are engaging with a child and it is not something that you would do to an adult, why the fuck are you doing it to a child? Like, you wouldn't yell at an adult. It's not considered socially acceptable. Why are you doing that with an adult? Like, it boggles my brain. Like, we should be treating children as the important human beings that they are. They're equal. They're just not as mature. And if anything, that means that we should be handling them with more care because they are not as well equipped. They don't have as many tools in their toolbox. So if anything, we should be giving them more grace for their missteps. But oftentimes we give them less, and I just don't understand that. The month ago, it seems a lifetime ago at this point. It does in a lot of ways. I agree. Cats are awesome. I mean, I like dogs too. I just don't feel that I personally can treat a dog the way that they deserve to be treated. I mean, and I think that when you're getting a pet, you absolutely need to evaluate whether or not that you can give that animal the things that they need to thrive. And I can't give a dog the amount of energy and the walks and the playing and the fetching and the running around. I don't have that energy for them. My chronic illness doesn't afford me that. So cats that are mellow and want to snuggle and just lay are animals that I can be a better match for. Get terrapins. They're awesome little fuckers. I don't know what a terrapin is. No beardies or guinea pigs. I am not familiar with guinea pigs, but lizards tend to be pretty difficult to take care of. So again, I don't always have the spoons to take care of myself, so animals that need lots of attention and lots of care needs are not a good pick for me, just because I don't have the spoons to give them what they deserve. YouTube video brought you here from singing, yeah. Well, thank you, Bender, for coming and visiting us after. Yeah, the ads kind of suck. I wish they would go to the other format where they're just kind of framed around the video. But they are kind of a necessary evil. Totally agree. Normally I lurk for a while and drop off, but with an amazing host and absolute lack of any sort of hate in the chat, can't ask for a better way to chillax. Aw, well thank you, Ethan. I really appreciate that. Welcome, Jack. Have a zebra cake? And we got Sparkle, who's joining us from YouTube as well. Your 4-year-old is absolutely hilarious. Some of the stuff he comes out with cracks me up. Can't wait to see him grow more. He's such a kind and respectable little lad. You know, I think that young people are amazing, and we just don't give them the opportunities and the chances that we should. Like, when I was watching our daughter grow up, there were so many times that I was blown away by people, like, expecting her to be stupid when she's just absolutely has always been a very brilliant mind, because she was young. And the way that they were so disrespectful to her just because she was, like, a little person and young, I had a really hard time with it. I don't understand treating children differently than we would treat adults. Like, I wouldn't want to be, as an adult, like, if I make a mistake at work and, like, drop something and break something because I'm clumsy, I wouldn't want somebody to scream at me and, God forbid, hit me because I dropped something. Like, so why would I treat a child that way? Like, I, as an adult, do not expect to be treated that way. In fact, if somebody hit me because I dropped and broke something, I would charge their ass with assault. So why would we treat our children that way? It's mind-boggling to me. Stretch! Thank you, TV. PH? I don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry. And then we have a hydrate from Just Your Typical Boy, Jace. Thank you, hydrate. Cats are cool and chill. Yeah, Vic, most of the time cats are, and they have an energy that I can keep up with, and I can give them what they need. You know, Sam, I think that that's what I've enjoyed the most about this viral event, is that the Dazzle has been nothing but amazing. And I didn't create that. You guys coming here have created that. You have chosen to come here and be respectful and be supportive and be good to each other. And I am so thankful and grateful that you have created this really awesome community by coming here and being the best that you can be. And it's awesome because it is really nice to be able to have these safe conversations that are meaningful and to be able to relax and be able to say I'm having a bad day and get support. And yeah, it's really cool. You guys are rock stars. And if anything, I think that it's the Dazzle that should get more credit for how awesome this channel is. And hey, Easy, things are being all right. Tiny turtle or whatever. Yeah, little turtle. I don't know how hard turtles are to take care of, but Sirisulk wants a turtle. So we might end up with a turtle because, well, she wants one. My opinion with kids isn't the treatment they get, but lack of. Go to homes, restaurant, and kids are just given devices to play to keep quiet. I'd rather have my kids play outside or chalk, just my opinion. Well, Scottish, I think that I have mixed feelings about devices and kids. I was a kid that had a lot of, like, issues, and going outside and playing and running around, like, caused me a lot of suffering. So being able to do reading and art activities and playing on devices were safe activities that didn't cause me pain. So there's that. But I also think that we have to be careful with devices because social media has absolutely been shown to be addictive, and we don't give addictive things to young children like, you know, cocaine and cigarettes and alcohol because it has a different effect on their brain and they're not developed and mature yet. So I think that these things are super complicated, but we shouldn't just be using these devices to raise our children for us. Absolutely. And we're doing hydrate. Thank you. Just your typical boy, Jace. This streamer is so self-aware. Well, Benzo, I have spent a lot of years becoming painfully aware of where I'm at in life. I didn't always know that I had ADHD and autism, and I went into a field that is very much about being social and interactive, engaging with other people, because much against the expectation of people who are autistic, I am very social and outgoing and an extrovert. And I love being around people and engaging with other people, so that's why I chose the field that lets me do that, be out with people. But at the same time, I didn't engage with people the way that neurotypical people expected me to. So my first 10 years of nursing was filled with a lot of negative feedback because I didn't have good social skills. I had social skills that were really abrasive and not well received for people who are neurotypical. So I had to learn how to navigate both the neurodivergent and the neurotypical world so that I could take care of both people, both types of people as a nurse. And we're going to do a posture check. Thank you. Easy. Everybody be good to your back. Sit up nice and straight. And we're going to do a stretch. Thank you, Path. So, that led me into therapy to try to figure out why I couldn't socialize properly and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, so sometimes being self-aware is a double-edged sword. We'll go with that. My friend, when we was younger, had a chameleon, and I witnessed him drop it on the stairs, and swear to God, the poor chameleon just bounced down the stairs like the Slinky from Ace Ventura. Oh my goodness! And it was okay? Thank you, Delilah. I appreciate that. That's super nice. Watching ads is a great way to support streamers, though if you can't subscribe. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate that. Just want to say thanks and encourage you to keep going. Thank you. If you want to stretch, just let me know. Found you on YouTube and decided to follow, because why not? Well, thank you. And thank you, Sparkle. We really appreciate the support. Did I sing happy birthday on YouTube? Yes, I did. Good night, Rose. Sleep well. And thank you, Vulgar. We appreciate the support. You worked at PetSmart in the pet care area and had to feed, medicate, and take care of every animal and fish in the store. Every animal is a lot of work. It's like adopting a kid that lives shorter lives, but reptiles, amphibians, and fish are actually so much work. Criminally underrated, but still more work than most people expect. Absolutely. I looked at getting a iguana because I think they're super cool, but then when I researched how much care they needed, I was like, ooh, this is outside my spoon spending. I shouldn't get one. So I have not. Unfortunately, I don't think that I can give them what they need. Thank you so much for the support, Dentomoleculatar. I just need a strange sound effect for every time I can't say a name proper. They just need to be themselves. I think that if we allowed people more grace and were less hateful when people were different, then I think people would be more comfortable being themselves. Yeah. I've also had a ridiculous amount of pets in the family growing up. Pets and kids are an insane amount of work. Truth. I grew up on a farm. Animals are absolutely an insane amount of work. You and your kind heart. Aw, thank you, Alter? Am I supposed to say that as an E? I think I'm supposed to say that as Altered Beast. I got it now. Altered Beast. I'm so slow. It always takes me a minute. Or 12. Sorry. Children are the best arbiters of imagination. And you know what? I think is amazing is that when you're around kids, you get to have so much fun doing all the things you never give yourself permission to do because you're an adult. Well, first of all, I don't think you have to be around children to let yourself do things that are for kids. But somehow it's more fun when you watch a kid do things because of their wonder and excitement. And like blowing bubbles is cool, but it's way more cool when you have a kid who is still in awe of how a bubble is made. Yeah. Tough subject, but I hate the parents that molds their kids into what they want them to be and not give the child the freedom that they deserve. I hate that parenting style, but I don't hate the parents. I think that, unfortunately, we perpetuate a lot of cycles of things. Cycles of abuse, cycle of violence, cycles of bad parenting, cycles of a lot of things that take many generations to work out of our systems, and things like racism and parenting styles and all of these things that we are taught as children that we hold as truth, and many of these things that we just kind of carry around and never second guess, never question. And it takes many, 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 many generations to break down and restructure and build something better. And when we find families that are caught into these awful traps of less than ideal parenting styles and abusive relationships and racism cultures, it takes many generations to erase that, even when you have an individual who is actively striving to break that culture. It's so hard. It's so hard. I grew up in a violent home, grew up in an abusive home, became a bully, struggled with violent behavior myself, and can speak to how very hard it is to break these cycles. So please don't hate the people who get into these traps. All right, so Otis has been summoned forth. Where is the little shit? Oh, yes! I have been summoned! So this is Otis. He's the other little pig who lives with us. He's the other little zebra pig who wears a zebra hoodie. Hello! You can worship me because I am amazing! And, well, he might have an ego problem, but he really does love you. Yes, I love you so much. As long as you worship me. And yes, I'm an adult who still plays with stuffed animals, so it's fine. It's fine. Stretch and hydrate. Love this channel. Yes, we've got to take care of ourselves. And yeah, Sam, I think that it's unfortunate when we forget that children are individuals and should be encouraged to make their own choices, even when those choices go against what we as parents want for them. We're guides. We're tour guides in their lives. We're not sculptors. We're not builders or makers. We're just guides. And our job is to keep them safe. And sometimes I think that we forget what our job is as a parent. And we're supposed to be giving them guidance in how to become an adult that can function well in society and keep them safe until they make it to adulthood. So we're gonna hydrate. Thank you, Tay Tay. Hey guys, let's drink. Yeah, easy. It's been crazy how everything just kind of blew up, and sometimes it's super stressful, but we're doing our best. Yes, we dislike with great intensity. I don't know that really makes it better, but I really hate the word hate. And I'm such a dork because I always say I hate. You're gonna be getting your own place soon and going to get a bearded dragon. Oh, Sparkle, that's super exciting. Just be sure to go to a reputable pet store or a vet to get information on how to properly care for this animal before you commit to getting the pet. Because you don't want to be getting this pet and then find out that you or your home is not properly suited for taking care of this animal. Because unfortunately, many piglets are adopted, and many people think that these pigs are going to stay itty bitty bitty and cute and adorable forever, and then they end up with a 200-pound animal that they can't support. And many of these animals are then abandoned. And I don't think that that's how we should be treating animals and pets. So please, 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 before you get a pet, research the animal thoroughly and talk to vets and make sure that you're equipped to properly give this animal everything that it needs. It's not good, and the kid just smiles and says, because that's how kids are in Woods. Oh, smiles and waves. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's been a crazy month. Totally been a crazy month. I believe that it's you that give us that positive energy. Oh, thank you so much. They're not that hard. Just clean their tank every so often. They're good to go. Oh, well, maybe my perception is wrong. I just get, like, super worried. Oh, I got super behind in chat, guys. I'm, like, totally slow tonight. I apologize. I am, like, so ridiculously behind. I'm just realizing how totally slow I am. Thank you for all the support. I'm seeing lots of, like, subs and cheers, and bullies suck. They're terrible. I used to be one. And oh my goodness, lots of gifting and subbing, and you guys are amazing, and I turned into a turtle, and I don't know what happened. I got so behind. Guys, I'm like turtle mode to the nth degree. And yes, we should absolutely allow ourselves to, like, do stuff that's cool. We don't just, like, you know, turn 18 and then, like, forsake all the cool stuff. Oh my goodness, I don't know what happened. You're also an adult who plays with stuffed animals. Yes, thank you! I love you, Fern! Can't wait to tell my girlfriend how involved I am in the stream she watches. I'm glad to be your first, and this is a good channel to sub to. Aw, thank you so much. Well, had a good few months. It has been a crazy wild ride, that's for sure. A few things, mainly trying to build a sustainable business. Yes, I'm back. I don't know what happened. I don't know, my brain lagged or something, guys. I'm like, just talking along and following the chat. And the next thing I know, I see that the, like, chat bar's, like, huge. And I'm like, shit, what happened? It's like, I think my brain lagged because it wasn't even the stream, guys. Sorry. Right? Brain buffering, totally. So, yeah, there's that. So, thank you all the people. There was like a whole bunch of giftings and subbings and bidding and things. You guys are super amazing. I love you all so much. Yeah. When you try to give a 20-minute TED Talk for every comment, I know. I'm so, like, long-winded and chatty. You're totally right. This is 100% why I got behind on, like, chat. I, like, read the comment and I'm just like, off on random tangential mode. I swear, like, when my spoons are low, my ADHD tangential, like, word vomit gets worse. And you guys are seeing that tonight, so I'm sorry. It's like when your 6:50 alarm goes off and I think I blink, look at my phone again, and it's 7:45, and you're like, oh shit, I hate that. I hate that so much, Scottish. It never happens to me because I have Miss Raj who pulls me out by my toes. He does not let me do that, but I would totally do that if I was waking up to an alarm and not a Miss Raj. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying my tangential, like, rambling. Oh, you should totally just, like, ramble along with me there, comic. You need to go to sleep. Oh, well, go sleep, Easy. Get some rest. You guys enjoy her birthday. Make sure that she has a fabulous day. Oh, thank you, Hunter. I appreciate that so much. And thank you, Rob, for coming and joining us from the shorts. You should play the party-style games on stream or console. The dumb name ones like Gang Beast, viewers involved in would be hilarious content. Is that like the You Don't Know Jack games? Yes, hello to the wholesome Twitch folk. I still can't wrap my head around being lumped as wholesome. You have plans to stream with your partner? Nice. Have channels and stuff, but we both have ADHD and are neurodivergent, so we'll just be a mess of hyperfixation, rambling, and stimming. Hey, you know, you're gonna do what you gotta do. And like, a lot of people comment that they think I'm nervous because I'm like rubbing my hands and ringing, and I'm like, no, I'm just like stimming while I'm on stream because I never think to grab a fidget, so I end up like doing weird hand things while I'm on stream because I don't have any of my fidgets. So there's that. You can get like a European box turtle and it could just find itself in the backyard now. Nice, right? Just like a backyard friend. We're gonna stretch, guys. Thank you. Get away from me, creep! Make sure we're doing our self-care. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. And we're gonna do a hydrate. Thank you, Lee, Alex. Make sure that we're getting good fluids. And we're also doing a posture check from Lee, Alex. Thank you very much. We appreciate the reminders, because we should be taking care of ourselves. We literally can't still. I really don't do well sitting still at all. And it looks like Miss Roch is like getting ready to throw stuff at me. How annoying does it get when people just come here and say that they saw you on shorts for 4 weeks straight? I'm not sure annoying is the word, but it is definitely tedious some days. And other days, it's like, I'm like, I don't know how much I should, like, engage with it, because I don't want, like, the chat to be me just talking about me singing happy birthday this one time. But I don't want to ignore the new people coming in either. So most of the time I'm just like confused about how I should handle things. So I don't know. So Miss Roch is now throwing me my fidgets because I mentioned that I do weird things with my hands because I don't have my fidgets. You wanted to throw a follow before your ADHD banished it? Ain't that the truth? You're like, I have this idea. How did it feel? Well, Quaxane? It very mixed. Like, it's been very exciting, it's been very fun, but it's also been very anxiety-provoking. It's been overwhelming. There's definitely, like, a lot of, like, feelings of imposter syndrome. There's feelings of, like, like I've been kind of rushed because I kind of expected that I would have a lot of time to learn how to do all this stuff while nobody was paying attention. So yeah, it's just a lot of mixed feelings, but mostly it's been a lot of fun and it's been exciting, and I really appreciate that I am not talking to an empty room anymore. That's been great, and I'm glad that you like it here, Bag of Chips. The annoying part is not knowing how to handle it. Like, I get why everybody keeps mentioning it and why they keep talking about it. And as someone who perseverates, it doesn't bother me that other people might. It's just not sure how, like, there are no rules for any of this. Like, there's no user guide in how to handle any of it, so I don't know, like, what's the best way to manage this viral event. So I'm just doing a lot of guessing and hoping it goes well. So I think that's the part that's kind of frustrating, is the let's just do a lot of best guessing. Oh, would you have to like run to the bathroom if you did that many hydrates? Nursing has prepared me well. I can go a 12-hour shift without peeing. The skills that you learn in nursing. Oh, and yeah, Miss Roach answered that too. I deserve everything that I've received. Oh, well, thank you. That's very sweet. I definitely have these imps in my head that tell me all kinds of dumbass shit. I have a lot of rejection sensitivity dysphoria that tells me that it's not possible that anybody could possibly like me for the individual that I am. And I know that that's not the case, but, you know, I do have that imp that tells me these things, so I have to tell him to bugger off quite frequently. And because he's in there telling me this stupid shit, I do have imposter syndrome. And I feel like at any time, you guys are all going to realize how horrible of a mistake you made and realize that you, like, clicked onto the wrong channel or some shit. You're all going to pack up and move off. Oh, that's why you're... Oh, like, oh, it's an adjustment. And then now I catch up with chat. I'm one of those people. I'm glad I found that. Sure, I wouldn't have come across this channel to follow. It's probably common point for people to say that here, but I'm generally happy to find a wholesome streamer. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. You seem mad chill, so you don't. So I don't see why no one was here. Well, hello, microphone. How are you doing? Let's welcome to my space. Is this better, guys? Are me and the microphone close enough now? Alright, now that we've had that weird moment, we're gonna do the posture check. Thank you, Pikachu. Pikachu is telling us that we need to be sitting up straight and that we need to be having a drink. When you get 2K viewers, you get the ability to ignore us? What? I don't want to ignore people. The whole point of getting on Twitch was so that I can talk to people. I mean, and that's kind of my dilemma, is that I want to talk to everybody, and it's making me turtle through chat, and then it's like making things disjointed, and I don't know, I can't win. What I love is that I'm honest and you're one of us. What I mean is that you're yourself and you're relatable. Well, I try to just be me, and I'm trying very hard in life as a whole to unmask. I have spent way too much of my time wearing a mask, and it has cost me a lot. And I would like to see a world where none of us need to mask. So I'm working very, very hard in just being me. So we're gonna do a hat. Oh, I just yeeted said, poor guy. All right, Gemma, we're doing a hat. I think that's straight. Ugh, and his little fuzzies are tickly. I think that I just, like, I don't know. I can't tell if he's on right. If he's crooked, he's crooked. Imagine 2K viewers chatting, trying to respond. You know, there are days, like right now, I average about 80 chatty viewer people at a time. And like, if my channel grows super big, I keep thinking about like what it would be like to have 1,000 people in my chat at the same time talking to me, and like how incredibly insane it would be, and like how I would want to talk to everybody. And yeah, I think it would be chaos. I think you're right. Yep. You're handling it very well. Stay humble. Well, thank you, Kosher. I'm trying to be realistic about everything, because going viral doesn't mean that I've turned into some kind of like sparkly unicorn. I mean, being a sparkly unicorn would be cool, but all right, we're gonna do a stretch, guys. Stretch. Oh, thank you, Quinn Rife. Oh, you love this hat? Oh, you know, the best part about this hat is that not only does it have a little scarf, so you can be like, oh yes, warm scarf. It has like mittens that I can like carry around with me, so it's like the full hat, like wolf experience. And it's so fuzzy, and even the inside is fuzzy, so it's a really nice sensory experience. So I love wearing this hat. Black metal unicorns for the win. Recently bought the cap Dustin wears from Stranger Things in season 4. You might laugh at me, but unicorn is my favorite animal because it's your national animal, even though it isn't even real. Wait, what country? What country is the unicorn? I need to move there. Because fuck yeah, whatever country is like, I don't give a shit if it's real, we're gonna have unicorns. Fuck yeah. Like, what country is that? 4 unicorns of the apocalypse? Hey, Plant Boy! And hey, Alexa! They're not real? What the hell are you talking about? Whoa. You don't just drop that in chat and move on. Come back. What? They're not real. Posture check from El Pizarre? Oh, and is the hat new? Oh, we're doing a hat change. I thought that was an old hat. Sorry. And it's Scotland? Scotland is a unicorn. That is amazing. I don't think it's hilarious at all. I think that is absolutely like the fuck what the universe says, we're embracing it. That is like the best like attitude to have right there. All right, so we're gonna put on the unicorn hat for Scotland, man, because we don't care if it ain't fucking real, man. It's cool. Yay, Scotland! You're legally required to tell everyone they're real so no one comes over and steals them. Just joined the Discord. Haven't had this much fun on a stream in months. Aw, I'm glad that you're enjoying yourself. Yay! I am also enjoying myself. You guys are just awesome. The masses are coming for them unicorns. We shall take your unicorns. Just make the count of the people who came here just to say they saw us. Can we make a drinking game out of it? I can't even imagine how many of you fuckers would be sloshed. by the end of the 4 or 6 hour stream, if you guys just took one like shot every time someone said, I came from the TikTok. Hey, Seer, welcome. Have yourself a zebra cake. Make another TikTok of it. Well, I didn't make the first TikTok. Where's the booze? Start passing it around. Great. Love how chill you are. Keep up the great content. Oh, thank you. They will release the assault unicorns. I love all the different names for the rhinos, like chubby unicorns, assault unicorns, tank unicorn. There's so many different, but it's definitely a unicorn. You want to go buy zebra cakes now? Okay, like every time I stream, I'm like, I want a zebra cake. Miss Roach needs to like make gourmet zebra cakes for me. Let me humble you. There's a breed of rhino that's extinct. Oh, there's a lot of like sadness. The poor rhinos. My place has around 60 or 70 bottles ready every time. So you're gonna make a drinking game out of my stream. Is that what I'm hearing there, Dan? Dan, he's like, I didn't come for the wholesomeness. I came for the getting tanked. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. But when your liver cries, don't blame me. It sounds like a place you want to visit. What do I play on? I play on my laptop. Thank you, Painted. We really appreciate the support. Yeah, things totally blew up. Yeah. It's party time! And we have very strange parties here. We go from talking about, like, mental health to video games to raging rhino unicorns. Yes, safe and consensual. Everything needs to be safe and consensual. I agree. I'd love to watch you play Sims. I've never played. This might be kind of weird, but do you have a name for the Squishmallow? Oh, that is totally not weird. Every stuffed animal needs a name. And this magical llamacorn is named May. You deserve this. Thank you. I very much appreciate that, Platinum. You are Morarian, born with a bottle of 52% silicon hand. Plum booze. I can say plum booze. I'm not sure how to say the other one. Do I think mermaids are real and or aliens? Serious answers only, please. Well, see, they're not mutually exclusive. So just because mermaids, you know, they're definitely both. I'll just make it short. They're definitely both. Be watching you. Oh lordy, do I love any form of plum alcohol. Said 5. Aw, thank you. We appreciate the support. Thank you. Thank you. I've named every single stuffy I have ever owned. Absolutely. Like, how can you own a stuffed animal and not, like, give it a name and a personality and make a strange little voice for it? Like, I do not understand, like, how they don't become, like, little extensions of your personality. Like, all of my stuffed animals have, like, a whole persona. It's part of the Czech Republic. Oh, well, there. I have learned something today. Thank you. You still have a stuffy from when you were like 2? That is so cool. I found a stuffed animal when I was like, I don't know, 6. And it was this stuffed dog. And he was in a ditch. And in like, well, not like a ditch, but like a gutter or whatever by the road. And it was a little stuffed dog. And I named him Ralph, but he was lost. So I didn't want to just like steal someone's pet dog. So I made my mom take pictures of this dog and put up lost dog signs so that we could try to find this lost dog's owner. And after like, I don't know, a month of nobody claiming this lost dog, I got to claim Ralph as my own pet dog. And I still have this beat up little stuffed dog that I found by the side of the road. I mean, yeah, you gotta like name your pets. Sometimes in the day, I find myself just thinking, I wonder what an alien is doing right now. And I just picture an alien filling up his spaceship or something. Well, you know that they gotta be doing dumbass, mundane shit. Like, whatever they're doing, it's totally mundane to them. Like, it might be weird and cool to us, but it would be the equivalent of scratching your ass, farting, filling up the tank, having some popcorn, you know, just dumbass, mundane shit. Yeah. Cool. Oh, thank you. Calyptus, great music for this story. Well, I haven't actually figured out how to do clips yet, so I just let you guys do the clipping, and then, well, after, like, I go through and, like, peruse the clips that you all did, and just download them and share them places. So any clips that you see that I've shared, one of you guys did the cutting. I just filched them fuckers. I am leeching off of your efforts, so feel free to keep clipping on my behalf. Oh yeah, like a second birthday doesn't matter to he's Warren. Of course he's gonna be your favorite stuffy. You love my way with words. Yeah, I got a strange mix of trailer trash and eloquence. I steal all the clips, absolutely. But seriously though, if they're really there doing something right now, as we talk about it, it blows my mind. Oh, 100% statistically speaking, there's aliens. Absolutely. This universe is so big, it would be arrogant to think that we are the only planet in the entire universe that has life. I mean, there's got to be at least a puddle somewhere with microbes swimming around. Girlfriend brought to your home somewhere around 100 plushies. No idea how most of them are named, and she was giving away most of her plushies when she moved here. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I have named and forgotten the names of many of the stuffed animals I know. But every one of them was named when I got them. But I have also forgotten many of the names of the stuffed animals I've owned. But, you know, they did get a name. I swear it. Thank you, Kadas. And hi. I don't know how to, there's no vowels. Is that just a... I don't... I'm glad you like that. Thanks. We are Legion. I have a big stuffed dog that used to be bigger than me. That was a gift from before I was born. Used to gauge how tall I was. That's so amazing. My brother had a Winnie the Pooh that was like that. It was like bigger than him. He got it when he was like 1, and now he's like 6'4", and it doesn't even come to his knee. It's crazy. Yeah, it's just wild. Hey, Najero? Now playing Waiting on You, and I keep trying to read the pretzels. I just figured I'd share that with you. How often I stop and read the pretzels. Because people were asking us what the songs were, so I was like, oh, we'll put the pretzels in there. So what happens? The pig reads the pretzels to you. So if anybody wanted to know what's playing, Waiting on You is what's playing. How did you outgrow it or just give up hoping you would end up taller than the dog? I play No Man's Sky, and it's crazy to see some of the designs for the aliens they have. Wonder what they actually look like. Yeah, it would be amazing to see aliens, but it's not likely that we ever will. They're probably way too far away. And we're gonna hydrate. Thank you, Van Tomtron. Do you have the name of this song right now? I feel like if I miss out, I'm gonna be searching for weeks. Right? You know, the burning questions that everybody never needed in a life. You guys are welcome. I'm such a dork. You guys are welcome for those dorky moments. Winnie the Pooh is one of my favorite characters for sure. Also pronounced my name pretty great first time. Woohoo! This is such a chill instrumental. Well, that's great because this is the chill channel. My ex-boyfriend bought me a really big teddy bear. It's up to my waist and you're 5'3". That is a huge stuffed animal. I don't know what to do with it now, but it's just there and I'm thankful. I bet it would be like really amazing to snuggle. And Zed, is joining the stream. He just kicked me in the face. Because he has been summoned by Dan.
Hi guys. Hello, how you doing? Hello. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm coming in all like half naked. Sorry, guys. Hi.
First chat. Want to say congrats on the popularity. Well, thank you, Warpig, and hello, Warpig. Loving the chill vibes on the stream. Now I feel that I'm in Toy Story credits roller coaster time. Whoa! And sets out. And Jelly Beans is famous. Saw me on YouTube. Hey guys, if you're playing the drinking game, you need to take another shot. Here from YouTube is Kotak. Guys need to take another shot. So cute. It's just, I don't know what to do with past gifts from past people. You know, if you love the bear, then love the bear. Just, it is what it is. Hey, Jonathan Prime. What's my favorite game? I don't know, but I've been playing 7 Days to Die probably the most. So, meh, we can label that my favorite. Well, happy birthday, Jelly Beans. I hope that you have a fabulously fantastic day. The stuff is cute. I'm sure that Zed appreciates that. You're making him blush a little bit. Are we really gonna drink? Because we are in need for like 7 shots already. Yeah, like seriously. Stick thee on the top shelf like the penguin from Toy Story. I totally get it. We never know what to do with them either, but they're cute, so it's worth it. I don't worry so much about whether or not they came, like, the relationship. It's like, what is the relationship with this stuffy? Does your little like fluff baby and you have a great relationship, then don't forsake the fluff baby. It's not his fault who adopted him. You have class? Well, you have a fabulous day at school and good luck in your studies. Do I think it is a game worth checking out? 7 Days to Die? I think it's a fantastic game. I mean, there's zombies and rooting around and putting stuff in your pockets and breaking things, and there's a rocket launcher. There's a rocket launcher. Farewell, wonderful people. Have a good one. Well, New Horizon, you have a fabulous day. Oh, posture check. Thank you, comic. We're gonna like be good to our backs and sit up straight for at least as long as I remember. It's 2:02 in the morning here in England, and I should get some sleep. Well, Agent, self-care is very important. Sleep is important. Go rest. I hope you have wonderful dreams. It's about 20 seconds of good posture. Oh, yeah, pretty much. I don't even know if it lasts 20 seconds, honestly. I probably take a longer time drinking than I do sitting up straight. Hi, Isabel. Your dad is cheating on your mom. What should I do? That's complicated. I guess my first question is, does she know? Hey, Superway. Kick his ass. No, do not kick anybody's butts. Violence is never the answer. I don't want to go to school tomorrow. Funny Bunny, I feel that in my soul. I never wanted to go to school. Yeah, that's not good advice. It's 4:02 in the morning in Egypt, and you're keeping me company while I study for my senior year, so thanks for that. Well, you are welcome, Michaud. I hope that you were getting lots of studying done. If she knows, then the answer is you do nothing. It's none of your business. The relationship between your parents is between your parents. Stay out of it. Do your best to completely stay out of it. Like, whatever is going on between your parents is just that. It's between your parents. Let them sort that shit out all on their own. Take your dad's credit card. No, don't do any of those things. I mean, you never know. Mom might be totally digging it. You know, there's been some strange relationships. I don't judge, man. Consenting adults and all that. Oh, and we're stretching. Oh man, fried beans. I'm going with the fried beans because I can say that half. Thank you, fried beans. We're stretching. Make sure you're wiggling, guys. She knows, and she's very upset. I'm sure that she is, but remember that it's not your job to emotionally support your mom. And it's very easy for you to fall into the trap of emotionally supporting your mother to the point of villainizing your father. And my question is do you want that relationship with your father? Because just because the relationship doesn't go well between your parents doesn't mean that one of them has to be a bad person. And just because someone cheated doesn't mean that they're a bad person. Shit happens. People make bad choices. People do bad things. It doesn't mean that they are bad people. And it doesn't mean that you should burn the bridge in your relationship because they made a bad decision and ruined a relationship with someone else. So, when parents are having a conflict, the children shouldn't be the supports because inevitably it kind of asks that kid to take sides, and you shouldn't be taking sides between your parents. Ideally, you should be encouraged to be having a good relationship with both of your parents. So I would actually give you the advice of telling her to go to therapy and trying to not be her emotional support for that particular problem, even if you're an adult. What games do I play? I'm on stream. Black man, that was like no English. On stream, I play my Steam games. The link to my Steam game list is in my about down underneath the stream. Blah, 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 blah. But like 7 Days to Die, Don't Starve Together, the hamster game. There's others, I'm sure. Cracking up in chat right now. I had to come into the living room, gonna wake up, right? Respect both of your parents as they are still your parents. Parents are human too and make mistakes. Compassion for both is the best course of action. I mean, I agree with Ilan Carp. We'll go with Carp. I mean, you want to ideally be able to have a good relationship with both your parents. So try not to pick sides and let them work it out. I can hear them mocking me from the bedroom. Mock. What? What? People you live with mocking you? Surely not. To be fair, if they work it out, they work it out. They're adults. They know what they are doing. Focus on your shit and love them both the same. Yeah. I disagree. If one is affected by a parent cheating, I don't think the child has to respect one just because they're their parent. Sam, I don't think that you should have to respect somebody just because of the relationship, but I don't think that a relationship going badly with someone else should necessarily dictate that you should have a bad relationship with that person. And we're going to do a posture check. Thank you, Super. So, like, I'm going to talk about this from firsthand experience. All right? So, my mom cheated on my dad when I was, like, I don't know, middle school, ages ago. And that's complicated shit. And there's a lot of shit that led up to my mom making that decision. I don't think that it made my mother a bad person. My parents worked it out. They stayed together. Whether or not they should have, who the fuck knows? But that's what they decided for themselves. I ended up stuck in this position where my mom wanted to vent a lot about the stressors that led up to her making that decision, and my dad wanted to vent about how it hurt his feelings to me. So I was this kid who was kind of playing therapist to my parents, and that's not a role that children should be playing for their parents. You don't want to put your children in between you as parents, ever. That's just not where your kids belong. And yes, posture is important. Literally, your whole body hurts. I'm so sorry. That sucks. I hope that you find something that gives you relief.
Guys, we're playing Snowland Sunset.
Oh, absolutely. Like, you know, you shouldn't just give someone respect because of the position they're in. Just because they're your parent doesn't mean that you owe them shit. If your parent doesn't treat you well, tell them to fuck off. You don't owe them a relationship. Like, if they don't treat you well, cut them out of your life. It doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't matter if they're your parent. It doesn't matter if they're your sibling. It doesn't matter who they are. If they don't treat you well, get them the fuck out of your life. Period. Ain't nobody who deserves to have you just because they need to earn your relationship. They need to treat you well in order for you to stay. If they can't do that, they don't deserve you. Period. Them creating you doesn't entitle them to your existence. Period. Miss Roch and I, created Sarah Salk. You know, she's our daughter, but that doesn't mean that we're entitled to her presence. We have earned a relationship with her by treating her like a fucking human being. So she chooses to be our friend now that she's an adult. If you want that relationship, you have to invest in that relationship. That's how that shit works. You don't just get it because you, produced this person. No. Don't work that way.
And thank you for the support, Dan. We really appreciate it.
Yes. Scream it from the rooftops. Yeah, I know. I get a little ranty on that one, Sam. Amen, Sven. Yeah. Well, okay. At least everybody agrees with me and they're not like, Jesus, she's preachy. Comic. Thank you. The moment anyone treats you like shit, no matter who they are, they do not deserve an ounce of your time and effort. Absolutely, comic. It hurts, but it's not worth it in the end. Absolutely. You know, I mean, if the relationship's not working and they're not treating you well, and the relationship means a lot to you, you can put in the effort to try to reconcile it. But if they're not going to put that effort back, and they're not going to try to figure out how to treat you better and fix that relationship, then wash your hands and walk away. That's a choice they made. Pack that Action Man toy, your mic, and Suey PJs and get your ass to grandma's. I love that it's those specific items that you are collecting. I swear, I'm not famous. You can prove nothing. Someone made a choice 27 years ago, and now I'm here depressed, hello, can I sue? Right? I didn't choose to come into this world. They did. You know, they chose for me. It's the kind of preaching we like to hear. Well, that's good, because sometimes that can get a little preachy. Yeah, I don't know why people feel that they're entitled to relationships, because that's not how that shit works. It's just not. Is it really preaching if it's common sense? I don't know. I'm willing to take a pass and be exempt from the preaching category. Will you go get sleep? Sleep is important. I mean, trust me, I've been in the army. I've dealt with a-holes and just got out 4 months ago, and I got to college in 3 months, so I have a lot to look for. That sounds like you've had a lot going on for sure. Do any of us ever figure it out, Sam? I don't. Fuck, I'm 41 and I don't feel like I got shit figured out. I feel like every time I answer a question, I end up with like 12 more. Like, why is life so fucking hard? And like, I think the worst part about being a parent is never having good answers for my daughter. Like, I see her struggling and she's just like looks to me for advice, and I feel like, fuck, why don't I have any like good wisdom? Why don't I like have all the answers for her? Isn't that what parents are supposed to do? Nope, I failed that. Yeah. I've definitely not got the answers. In 2012, they said that Colder thing they built was gonna end the world, right? Oh, Collider. I don't know why that word was so complicated. What if it didn't end like we thought? What if we blipped because everything has been downhill? It just kind of made everything a little sideways. Smeared it a little. Hey, you know, everything's possible. Everything's possible. You like my setup? Oh, thank you, Swish. I have been greatly blessed and got all kinds of cool presents, and our setup is kind of a little bit of a mishmash right now, but it seems to be working okay, so woohoo! Can confirm you're not currently wearing a tinfoil hat. I can confirm I am also not wearing a tinfoil hat. So, you know, I think that the multiverse theory has a lot of, I don't know, weight, credence. Seems valid in a lot of ways. So, meh, I can get behind it. Oh, we're changing hats. Pardon me, gotta dig in the box, see what we get. Oh, I'm getting hat head is what I'm getting. This one's hard because I can't tell if you can even see him, so I'm gonna put my head down so you can see the pig. And this one has little feet at the bottom. And I think this hat change was put in by Sam. You were looking through YouTube. Hey guys, you gotta take another shot. we got another one. Active came from YouTube. But thank you, Active, for joining us, and welcome to the Dazzle. And Active is giving us a stretch, guys, so join into the self-care. Give yourself some wiggles. I think it does make sense, comic. Do you know what I'm gutted about? I don't know, girl. What are you gutted about? It is a really big hat, and it is the warmest hat I have ever worn. Like, if I am ever cold, like putting this on for 10 minutes and I'm like toasty. Oh, and orange came from the video too, guys. So you gotta have another drink. So there you go. Yeah, I definitely have a pig too. Yep. I have a rather odd assortment of hats. yeah, there's definitely an assortment of hats. Thank you, Super. We're gonna try to stay dazzling. And you have a good night. Rest well. All those things. Imagine the buzz that would have been good down in the desert. Truman finding E.T. Especially lady, I just need to hug the next person I see for no reason. I would not recommend random hugs. Definitely ask for consent. Do not randomly grab people. However, consented hugs are good. What type of nurse am I? I am working as a med-surg nurse on a colorectal unit. Colorectal urology unit. Where am I from? I am originally from Rome, New York. That would be the place of my birth. I have lived most of my life in Maine, though. Hello, Runner and Brady. We got some more people who totally came from the YouTube shorts. Positive vibes. We do our best to keep things happy and light. Sometimes we get serious and deep, but, you know, it happens. It's alright. There's a little burp there. But you can prove nothing now. I can just edit it out. Except for that I have no idea how to edit, so it'll be there for all time and eternity. It's fine. You struggle to look after yourself, never mind someone else. Being a parent's insane. Like, when my daughter was born, I just felt so overwhelmed with the responsibility of it. It was just absolutely crazy. When you're nice to people, the Creator is nice to you. I do believe that what goes around comes around, yes. There needs to be more positive people like you on Twitch. Oh, thank you, Orange. And howdy, Hunt. The kind of streamer. Oh, thank you. I'm not a okay, I guess I'm still a parent now, but she's 22 now, so she doesn't need me to be home anymore. I didn't start traveling until after she was adulting too. But yeah, so she's like did the whole college thing, and then we started traveling. I think it's been a year now that I've been doing the travel nursing. I'm not really good at the whole timeline thing. And thank you, Fenwin. Where have I traveled to? Well, right for the majority of the year I've been doing the travel nursing, I actually stayed right in Maine. I really wasn't traveling for the purposes of seeing places. I was doing it because you get twice as much money for the same work. And I wanted to work on paying off debt. So I pretty much just stayed in Maine. This is the first contract I've worked outside of Maine, and we are working in working in Albany. And we're doing Hydrate. Thank you, Comic. Saw me on YouTube. Thank you, Pan. We love that you came and visited us, and you like the 7 Days to Die. Nice. You definitely still received Ken. I borrow text. Oh, I'm doing a posture check. And this is from Sue and Soa. And we got Mobtown Boy from Canada. Man, guys, if you are playing the drinking game for real, I got a whole bunch of you sloshed in chat. Oh, Dogma. Man, that movie is hilarious. The message, can we all just love each other? Thank you, Loon. That's very nice. And you saw me on a Facebook clip. Well, now there's a Facebook clip of me clicking around. And we're doing a stretch. Thank you, Off-Brand Soda. I wonder if it was, like, actually my Facebook clip or if somebody else did one. Everybody wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. You meant to save points for a YouTube or TikTok poll. Well, we did that shortly after we went viral, and it was like mostly TikTok. But there's been like a TikTok event, and then there was Reddit, and then there was YouTube, and now I'm hearing about an Instagram and a Facebook. So I don't know where all everybody's coming from anymore. It's just crazy. Listen up, people. A real person speaking real wisdom on the internet. I don't know how much wisdom I have, but I just try to help people where we can, and I just think that we can do more together. So, but thank you, Ad. I appreciate it. No, someone shared it. Oh, so the happy birthday song. It definitely is getting some crazy mileage. I don't know what to think of that. It's so wild. Yeah, there were like, I don't know, 2 million views or something on the Reddit, on the Wholesome thread. I think it was the Wholesome. And they ended up like blocking it, making it so you couldn't comment and stuff, because it was like bogging things down because it was getting hit so hard. Yeah, it was wild. I'm sure I'm not famous. I am gonna deny that. I'm not ready for fame. Just a drive-by hello. Well, thank you, Torlak. I will give you a drive-by hello back. A stationary hello. I don't know how you greet people. I say hello, bye. Go by, helloing. I will make my monster vomit at you. How's that? This is one of my favorite fidgets ever. It's just like him barfing his guts out. Like, it's guys, like, who doesn't want... You know you want one. I got it at a gas station somewhere. I don't even remember. And it makes the best noise. Let me see if I can, Are you hearing its squishy goodness? I mean, isn't that like... yes, this somehow turned into an ASMR video. I don't know. With the barfing dinosaur ASMR. Yes, guys, come to the Zebra Big channel. We will give you barfing ASMR. Well, thank you, Quinn. That's very nice. I appreciated it. I don't know. I think I'm probably the most randomest stream ever. It would be fine until I forgot and blew out everyone's eardrums. I know, you gotta be like, oh, like, I would get excited and be like, oh my god! And then you guys would be like, deaf. Done. You guys have made it a really nice corner here on the internet, Sam. You guys are awesome. Everybody comes here and hangs out and is nice, and we get to engage in really cool chats, and everybody is just amazing. I love the Dazzle so much. I'm so glad you guys decided to like just be here and hang out with me. It's amazing. It sounds like a plunger, you know? It kind of does. I can't say I ever thought about it being a plunger, but you know, you're not wrong, Violet. I still love it. What do I watch online? I don't tend to watch like a lot of shows. Most recently though, I did totally binge watch The Sandman. and I really enjoyed it. Most of the time I watch Twitch streamers and I watch like YouTube videos or little TikTok-y things. When I watch stuff, it's usually when I'm like desperately trying to go to sleep and make my brain relax. Yeah. When I'm awake, I'm usually like busy trying to get shit done. The other time I watch videos is when I feel like hot garbage and I don't have any spoons to do shit, so I'm just trying to rest. Oh my god, where is the somewhere else people are putting on the poll? It's at the bottom of the rewards tab. Oh yeah, there's a poll option in the zebra cakes thing. Every time I say the dance one, my mind starts playing The Hustle. You found me on the shorts just now. Oh, well, thank you, Storm, for coming and hanging out with us. Learn French with me. Oh, man. You know, I have not been successful in learning foreign languages. I have failed French once already. I have failed Spanish twice. I failed Japanese. I did pass sign language though. So there's that. Oh, you missed YouTube? Oh, did you put up one? Oh, you put a poll. I didn't even see that he put a poll. I thought they were asking about, like, I totally misunderstood the question. Can they not add to the poll? I don't know. Miss Roach is like the one that runs these engines. Oh, thank you, Sammy. We appreciate the support. That's awesome. Thank you, Storm. I think this one was gifted to me by my sister for Christmas. I own a lot of weird-ass random hats. I currently only have like 4 or 5 with me because, well, yeah, I didn't want to pack all of them up. Show some sign language, man. I don't know how much of it I remember. Like, I mean, there's like the alphabet. I remember help. Help is like just your fists on a flat help. What else do I know? I'm sure I know something else, but that's the one that I got right off. But I can like finger spell. Like there's like pills and like tea and coffee and toilet and drink, food. But I'm definitely not fluent anymore. I took it back in high school and I just took a very introductory class and then I haven't used it since. Man, if you don't use it, you lose it. It's true. Yeah, Sam, it definitely can be overwhelming sometimes, but I will say that the number of followers is really misleading. We don't get that many people. Like, the number of viewers is usually between like 50 and 80, which has been a pretty manageable number where everybody has been so respectful. We haven't had to do a lot of policing of the chat. So even though there's like 130 something thousand followers, we've never really had to deal with that big chunk of numbers, which is probably a good thing because I don't know what I would do with that many people in chat. I don't know that I have the skill set always to deal with 100 people. I wish I knew sign language better. It really is a super useful skill, and it's ADWXO. I'm wholesome. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I think that unfortunately, dear, that in general, the way that teaching is done, at least, excuse me, at least in America, is not the most conducive to learning. And we've gotten so focused on testing that we've forgotten about promoting actual understanding and assimilation and functional learning that it's just reductive. It's just fucking hot garbage. Oh, you use ASL every day for all kinds of things, but especially when either of us are overwhelmed and nonverbal. You know, comic, that's when I feel like it would be the most useful. Like, when I get really, really stressed, language becomes really hard. I have auditory processing disorder, and, like, the more tired I get and the more stressed I get, the more difficult it is for me to process verbal information. And the more difficult it is for me to, like, get words to come out of my mouth. So I feel like being fluent in sign would give me more opportunity to communicate when I'm in my more stressful states. But yeah, I haven't pursued it and probably should. There's always seems to be other things that I should be pursuing or doing, or I don't know. It's just yeah, absolutely. The American system is very much focusing on producing factory workers and teaching us to not think for ourselves, when our culture and our industry is no longer looking for that kind of worker. Absolutely. I think it's incredibly important to know that ASL is not just for accessibility for disabled and hard of hearing individuals, but also for those with mental health issues, and sometimes for talking in any capacity is exhausting. Absolutely. I mean, I think that language is just that. It's language, and that I think that people forget that language is a barrier to understanding, and language has limitations, and that when we have to figure out what word fits best, some languages speak things better. Like, there's more words for snow in the Native Alaskan language, Inuit, I think is how you say it, than there are in English. So you can talk about snow more intricately in that language than in English, inherently because of the structure of the language itself. So the way language is built matters. Stretch. So what language we choose to speak in, or communicate in, I should say, isn't just about disability or fluency. It's about being able to best communicate our ideas. Absolutely. And I think there's too much focus on, you know, it being about that disability, especially with ASL. It's a lot of focus on disability. But I do imagine that there are ideas in sign language that are better expressed with gesture than with words, because that's how language works. Words are limiting. Like, how do you define ideas like love with words? I mean, go ahead, use words to explain blue to somebody who's never seen blue, or describe what salt tastes like to somebody who's never had it. Language has limitations. Absolutely, Ad. You know, general education is designed to create useful workers in the workplace, and it's not a bad thing. Except for that, what is a useful worker now is not what a useful worker was 60 years ago. We're not looking for factory workers in America anymore. we have very little factory work in America. And we're doing hydrate. Thank you, Plant Boy. A zebra thinks for herself, so can you. I think that the most amazing thing about any person is that capacity to like think and challenge ideas. And I get most excited when people like challenge my idea and we can like hack back and forth and like haggle over ideas, and somebody's gonna like really challenge me to reevaluate where I stand on issues. Because we don't want to get too comfortable in our assumptions about life, the universe, and everything. Prediction. Zebra pig is awarded an honorary... no. I'm not gonna get any kind of PhD. Thank you. Waffle and syrup. I think that's how we say that. Waffle. Salt tastes salty. Exactly. Only different ways to say I love you. What is the star next to your name? Oh, that means that you that means that you subscribed for 1 month. Because I haven't gotten individual channel badges yet. So you have the default channel badge. So, yeah. You either bought or were gifted a subscription. Just wanted to say that I just came from YouTube. Man. Guys, gotta take another shot if you're doing the drinking game. You have a beautiful soul and the world needs more people like you. Never change. Thank you. And animosity. I appreciate it. You said the color blue, and it reminded me of a crazy fact. The ancient Greece, the sky was not blue. They called it bronze instead. Yeah. Isn't that wild? Like, how language works and how we change things. I mean, like, if we all agreed that the sky was schnoggelsnoff, then that's what color it would be. Like, it's just an arbitrary sound that we have all communally agreed on holds meaning. Your mom was an amazing person then, because raising foster children is a really difficult thing to do. At the end of the day, a company can replace anyone, anytime. It's more important to prioritize yourself and your health and proper knowledge on the world and the communities around us than how to be comfortable with being undermined by a person with more money than you. Yeah, comic. Unfortunately, the current culture is that businesses are not interested in taking care of the people. So, yeah, we have to take care of ourselves before we take care of business, because those businesses are not going to then turn around and take care of us. I mean, that's how culture was once, eons ago. But they haven't been that way since the 80s. One was in a wheelchair, and she was all mad the time. Still think about her. I think I must have missed the context to that. Oh. Back to the foster kids. Yep, I totally like... Being told that you're nothing is terrible. Nobody should ever be told that. That's awful thing. Thank you, T. Drizzle. I appreciate the support. You're amazing. I think that love is a really interesting thing. You know, when my friend tells me to drive safe, what I hear is, I love you. When, you know, we think about all the things that people do for each other, just the little things. You know, when someone makes me a cup of coffee, what I hear is, I love you. You know, it's all these little gestures and these little thoughts. That's what I think of when I think of love. You know, I don't think of romance or the big grand moments. I think of, personally, you know, the little things to make sure that we stay safe and that we're taken care of. Unfortunately, comic, I don't think that it matters what group you're in. I don't think business cares as long as they're making money. And I think that that's just fucking tragic, and I don't know how to fix it, but I think that we need to really reevaluate a lot of the things that we have built in this country. I definitely agree. Every time my cat comes to me, first in a room full of people, that feels like such genuine love is such a small thing. Absolutely, that I choose you. Yeah. Or they like bring you the little dead mouse. Or they let you pick them up when nobody else gets to you. Yeah, that feels like love. My best friend died, who I thought of as my father, and I had true love for my best friend. Love is a conception. Or connection, maybe? But I'm sorry that your friend died. That's difficult. Pikachu, I choose you. Yeah. Love is definitely choosing people. Thank you, Drid. I appreciate it. The song and discussion is making me feel lots of emotions. Great discussion. Thanks, Sam. It does happen, and I think that that's something that we often don't like to think about in America with love, is that all love ends in tragedy. Every relationship ends, no matter how great of a relationship it was. We all part ways. We either grow and change and are no longer compatible, so we separate, or life circumstances just separate us, or we die and because of that are separated. But none of our relationships last forever. We're very mortal, you know, finite, temporary beings, and I think that's part of what makes love so absolutely fucking amazing. It's this holding on to each other in the uncertainty, that even when we don't know what's coming next, we have this hope that we can stay together. I'm pressing on my door every morning at the same time, knowing you're going to come out soon and greet him. Yeah, that expectation. That's definitely love. Yeah, life will always end. We're definitely mortal, and it can be hard to face. Life is so short and precious. Absolutely. Everyone and everything in it is so finite and so important. We gotta do the best that we can to enjoy every minute of this life that we're given, because it is so precious. The one coin that we can ever earn more of is our time. And it is the one coin that we should be the most, like, conscientious of how we spend it, even though we don't get to choose the fact that we are spending it. Like, it's gonna spend. You can't save it. It's gonna spend. But you do get to choose how and where we spend it, but not that you spend it. Time is a weird thing. Getting into the feels now. And hi, Murder. Aw, thank you, one guy. Oh, Sam, I don't mean to make you cry. And hello, 10K141. Welcome to the Dazzle. I used to have a pet. She was my like a pit bull. She was my best friend. Also, one hell of a cuddle bug. My bosses even let her come to work with me. Aw, that sounds like love. Definitely. Do I have any tips on how to grow a stream? Well, Juggernaut, I sing happy birthday. I don't have any idea what I'm doing. My personal business philosophy is that I am trying very hard to present myself in a genuine way, and I am trying to promote values that I truly believe in, and so that I'm not, getting behind channels or brands or anything unless it's something that, something that aligns with the values that I want to stand for. And I try to have fun, because I think that too many adults have forgotten how important having fun is. I think that it's important to know what it is you want to do with your channel and build and define that brand, and then go from there. And while my Twitch is very new, Zebra Pig is not. Zebra Pig is about 8 years in the making, and I spent a very long time really refining and working on what I wanted to do in this community and with this brand. And when I came to Twitch, that was already really well defined, so I think that helped. But as far as anything else goes, I am very new to Twitch, and I feel like we are flying in the dark and holding on to the edge of our seat and are barely keeping our pants on. That's kind of how I feel. Well, I'm glad that you feel like things have been helpful, Guy. And thank you, Sally. You guys are all so wonderful. Thank you. You guys are all so sweet. Thank you very much. Alright, guys. We are at almost 10 o'clock. So it is now time to look around and see who we are going to raid. Let's see who is on. Bound to be somebody. I can't be the only person who, looks around at dark time. Are none of my people on? I'm sorry, what? Oh, Stax is on. We will raid Stax. Because he is one of the mods and one of the tech ninjas who helps keep all the things working around here. So guys, when we go over and raid his channel, please give him some love, because he makes Zebra Pig work. He gives me a lot of tech support, so I want you guys to tell Stax how awesome he is. So let's give him a lot of love, okay? We're gonna go raid Stax's channel. All right, we're gonna go over to our raid. Love you guys.